Hey, so do any of you know our Streamly reminders well enough to say them yourself?
Hell no.
I didn't study. That's fine. That's fine. Our Streamly reminders are, all about me. Well, not all about me. It's all about our viewers and people out there in the world. But the reason for doing it, that's all about me. Mito, if you'll notice, my little flying spaghetti monster on screen, he's come up before in our campaigns, and that's our little sad friend Jeff, who we exclude at every opportunity, apparently. But for our Streamly reminders, Jeff's a good segue for that. Mental health is important. So, if you're like our buddy Jeff here, who's just always sad and can't find his place in the world, please seek professional help. Mental health is really important. Therapists, psychiatrists, and the such, they are the ones with tools, and they are equipped to help you, teach you coping mechanisms, get you on medication if it's just like a purely chemical thing. You might not always find the best fit right away, so don't give up if it's like that. Try to, keep trying therapists and psychiatrists until you find the right fit for you. Internationally, we have a Wikipedia linked down below that has crisis lines and emergency lines for around the world. If you're in the U.S., though, you can call or text 988, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if you are 25 or younger and part of the Saga community, that's the sexual and gender acceptance community, also known as LGBTQIA, you can contact the Trevor Project. They will provide discreet help if you're in a situation where you can't safely come out. Beyond that, if you want to support us, we've got our social medias down below. We've got a Ko-Fi, we've got a Throne, we've got a couple of surveys down below even. So there's all kinds of ways you can support us. It doesn't require money. Miss Early, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. We do have a Discord server, and that is down below, actually. It is a community server. It is not exclusively about our streams. There's a section for gaming, there's a section for TTRPGs, there's a general section to hang out, we've got voice chats, and I'm trying to get game nights going. They aren't necessarily going to be all on stream, so it's legit just a community server to hang out and find people you want to hang with. With all that said, though, let's get into the meat of this stream. Welcome back to the Highroad of Maluviette. It is a 5e high fantasy campaign. It is the first of 4 20-level campaigns we hope to get through as part of the Forgotten Deity story. In this adventure, our heroes are traveling the High Road, a 1,900-mile stretch of mountain road that used to serve as a trade route. It's been defunct for roughly a century at this point. Their job is to clear it out and make it usable again. Along the way, they're of course dealing with whatever random problems are on the road, as well as mysterious purple crystals known as torment fragments, and the fact that both player and character share a body and world. Last time, they were in the middle of a village in a valley. It's known as the Giant's Chalice. There are massive gates on either side, and they have been promised passage if they help with at least one problem around the village. They have dealt with 2 so far. That would be getting the dragon's hoard from an abandoned dragon's lair, and the other is finding and fixing the problem with a lake that was full of giant piranha. At this moment, we have Twilight, Captain Flowers, and Wrath, who are over at the farm right now, grooming the animals, cleaning them up, pampering them, while Pius and Tempest are with one of the 2 giant leaders heading towards the farm at the moment. Eventually, Captain and Wrath should be joining us, but we will get started with the 3 of you that are here. Captain is away from the party, so that's fine, and Wrath was just sitting back and watching. But Pius, Tempest, the 2 of you are getting to the farm at this moment. And Miss Feth puts her hands up so that she can, set you back down on the ground. And she starts to kind of pull aside the, the quartermaster of the farm. And the 2 of them are having a conversation. You can see not too far away, though, that currently Twilight is brushing the cows, taking care of their coats, cleaning them up, and the such. And that is where we begin tonight.
I thought it was the oxens, because the oxens were hurt. Or was it the cows?
They weren't hurt, but you were in the process of grooming all of them. You started with the oxen, but enough time has passed that you are currently grooming the cows. Hello, Captain.
I'm grooming the cow.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, by the way, if, for some odd reason we're getting this is out of the game, for some odd reason we're getting, like, a really bad storm, so if my power goes out, that's why.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of wind over on our end, too.
Alright.
It's fucking windy.
It is. Go ahead.
Captain, you are currently not with the rest of the party for this, as you are somewhere else. So, Pius, Tempest, Twilight, you are the ones that have the spotlight currently. as you see Twilight cleaning the cows.
How am I almost done with cleaning the cows, or am I like just starting?
I'd say you're about halfway through. There are like 8 of them there, and you're pretty much moving on to the 5th one right now. Again, these are giant oxen, giant cows, giant chickens. These cows, instead of being like 4.5 feet on all fours, they're like 8 feet tall. So they are taking a long time to clean.
I'm gonna speak with animals, and I'm gonna ask them like if they like the farm, if there's anything that the farmers can do to improve. What's the situation here? Like, yeah.
The cows are they're pretty happy to be here overall. Like, they give a lot of the same sentiments that like people do, like work sucks, I hate having to work, but at the same time, what they feed us is so good. If it weren't for them, we'd just be eating grass.
You'd just be what?
They would just be eating grass if it weren't for the giants. The giants feed them a very well-maintained diet of various plants in the region.
So there's nothing they would change?
No. Pius, Tempest, did the two of you do anything as you're sitting there watching her clean these and now talking to them?
Why did we come to a farm again, Pius?
I do not remember, actually. Oh, yes, we were coming here to get the rest of the group and see if they wanted to join us in the mine.
Right. Group meeting.
Yes, everyone gather around.
Looks around.
As you call out Twilight.
Okay,
I see a distinct lack of the others.
True. We could go look for them instead. Twilight looks busy.
Yes, she's only been cleaning one cow for like 6 hours.
What?
This should take her quite some time. Okay.
Oh my god.
What?
6
I'm
hours.
on my
We're eating
fifth
one of
now.
these, right?
They've been
Oh, you're
taking
on-
her like 20 to 30 minutes each just because she has magic to help her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't here for that.
Hope we at least get to eat
One cow.
something.
Jesus.
I wouldn't say that too loud, Tempest.
You mean I'm hearing this conversation, right?
Anyway.
Yeah, they've
the
kind of
other
like
people-
walked over to you.
Oh, so you mean to tell me that my work here needs to actually be more clean, and I have to start over? What the?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You're very
Apparently
small.
Cows don't look clean.
Well, they are animals after all.
What are you doing insulting her, Pius? Come on.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
not. I'm not insulting any. Fuck's
You're
sake.
insulting my work.
No.
You lost.
Wait.
It's okay.
I
One
really
cow.
should have just taken prestidigitation.
I could do that.
Can you?
Why have you been scrubbing them?
Because it's therapy for me and it's therapy for them. They like it. I asked them if they wanted to do it, and they said no.
Usually when people say that, it's a kink.
It's not a person. It's a cow. The cow said it.
I'm walking away now. I'm walking away.
Wait for me, please.
Uh,
Okay, Captain, we will jump over to you now. So where we left off with you was a giant, one of the hill giants. You and him had gotten into an argument because he called you short and you took offense, as dwarves are prone to do when called short. He tried to step on you and you cast that shield, left a little crater in the ground from his impact, and he is now shouting for the quartermaster and running off the direction you'd seen him go.
Wasn't I biting his ankles?
You
Yeah.
were attempting to, so you need to actually roll an attack roll for me real quick. It is
Yes.
strength plus proficiency.
So strength plus what?
Proficiency.
What is my proficiency?
Plus 3 currently.
I know my proficiency.
No, you don't.
I totally do. I know my things. I'm totally prepared. I'm totally looking at my screenshot right now.
Ooh, Discord's on the wrong page.
I totally have my stuff remembered.
13. Not effective. you're nomming on it. Like you're like on his foot, like holding around his ankles with your arms, and you're biting and you're biting and you're biting. But like honestly, mosquitoes hurt humans way better than you're hurting this giant.
There's no tough.
Oh, Jesus.
So it takes about like 15 minutes or so. No, not 15. It's about 10. In Tempest, Pius, you're kind of moving and trying to go like find everyone else, and you see one of the hill giants is running and trying to shout for the quartermaster, and you can see Captain Flowers on his foot and biting at his ankles like a little chihuahua with rabies.
God fucking damn it. Sir, that's ours.
Why am I not surprised?
Ah. The giant kind of like stops for a moment, is like, "He belongs to y'all. Get him off my damn foot!"
I bonk him with my blunt end.
roll to hit with your scythe for me, real quick, then.
Should I have advantage as he's focused on the person's leg?
No advantage for this. That 21 does hit. Go ahead and roll the damage. It'll be half. We'll divide the number by 2 for how much Captain takes.
Okay, I gotta remind myself.
Should be 2d6 plus strength mod plus 2.
2d6 plus 7? No, yeah, slashing. Oh god, I'm not slashing though.
It's bludgeoning instead.
Bludgeoning. 1d4 plus 8?
No. 2d6 plus modifier plus 2.
Okay. Oh god, wait, what modifier am I using here? There's so many things said, I'm getting all twisted here. I got the 2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus strength modifier plus 2.
Okay. I got used to the cheat sheet.
I mean, it's still in your combat actions. You can still go look at it.
I don't have any plus 2s over there, or plus 6s that I can think of.
Well, I gave you the calculation. If you just go over there to Scythe, you have 2d6 plus 7 is your damage.
By the gods, Tempest, we could have just asked him to stop.
What was that?
Nothing.
We could have just asked him to stop.
I meant what you were gonna say.
I hear then.
Okay, so that would be 9 damage, and then Captain,
Okay.
your autoplate takes the first half, and you take the second half, so that puts you at only taking 4 damage. But it's quite the bonk to the head, all the same.
You were gonna say something prior to all that.
I think that was just my mouth moving and air coming out. As I'm prone to do.
Did he let go?
That's up to Captain. That's not enough to knock him loose, but it is enough to make him reel and be like, "Oh shit, the party's here."
Yep, got hit in the go. He got me short.
Bias, get his leash.
He has a leash?
You put a leash on me, I'll bite your hand. Yeah.
You're metal, big guy. I think you can handle this.
I don't know. I've seen him eat rocks. Captain, would you mind coming with us?
I suppose.
We're off to an important mission.
I like those.
Have you seen Wrath?
No, I haven't.
Well, we should find him next, and then we'll go get Twilight. And then we can go to the mine. I'm excited.
I yearn for the mines.
Oh, that's
course
right.
you do.
You're a dwarf.
Well, he's underground.
A dwarf's life for me.
Being around you two just puts me underground or in water all the time.
Why am I being roped into this?
You're excited about this.
Well, yes. I don't know why, but I feel like crushing some skulls.
Hey, it's a good feeling to have.
I can totally relate. Now, I think that I smell wrath somewhere.
Okay. On that note, Wrath, you've been over with Twilight as she's been grooming the oxen and the cows, and you heard their discussion. They were basically like, "Oh, hey, let's round up everybody because we're trying to get everyone together to go down to the mines and deal with the problem." You stayed behind as they went off to get Captain Flowers, and they did not see you over there. So, Wrath, what do you do?
And what is Twilight doing right now?
She's grooming the cows. The giant cows. I didn't describe them last session, and you missed the description, but these are giant oxen, giant cows, giant chickens. So they're all like double the size of a regular real world one. So these cows are like almost 8 feet tall on all fours. They're
Wrath
sized up
gets
to match
bored.
giants.
Okay. Wrath gets kind of bored pretty quickly and moves off just to find the group.
All right.
I can give you something to do.
No, I'm good.
So you find them about the time they hit that point in the conversation. So you do catch up to them as Tempest is like, "I smell Wrath somewhere," and you hear that part.
Would I
Sorry.
do that too?
No, because you're still over by the cows.
Oh, okay.
I'll make sure to bathe thoroughly after this.
I didn't say it was bad. Hi.
Hello.
Gotta
What's
really
up?
put a bell on this guy, I swear.
Wrath, whatever you're doing sucks. We should go do something more fun.
That's not... Oh, dear lord.
What? I was just trying to be playful.
That's not playful. Playful is like cutting off enemies' heads. That's just mean. I have no idea.
Yes, you're right.
Confused.
Anyway.
Yes, sorry if that came off weird. Let's go to the mine,
You're the mains.
Oh, are we going to help him at the mines?
if you want.
Sure.
You do remember from last time that the main spell that was going to be useful was Mold Earth, and that happens to be a Twilight spell.
I love
Obvious-
power and control.
Yeah. Obviously, with a group your size, you guys have lots of options at your disposal, but that was just the main go-to thought on what could help with that.
Well, let's just pick her up on the way.
Hey,
Do you want me to literally pick her up, or...
yes.
It might be needed. We'll see.
Okay,
I
I'm
could just do it
ready.
anyways.
Okay. Because you told me to...
So once you get back over there, you had left Miss Feth talking to the quartermaster, but you noticed that the giant that Captain was biting at his ankles is over there talking to them right now. And as you approach, he just kind of like shouts over, "That's them! He's the little bastard that was biting at my ankles." And the quartermaster kind of gets like a really nasty look on his face, like he's not sure whether he should be mad at all of you right now, or appreciative, or neutral, because you've got one of you attacking their people and the other helping with the farm work.
And do I know this, or am I like?
Oh yeah, you're within earshot of this.
Oh, okay. So because I wasn't paying attention because I wasn't sure if I was. So I know that they're either pissed off at us, or they're not pissed off, right?
The hill giant is pissed off at Captain, and the quartermaster's not sure how he should feel about the group. Miss Feth is kind of just standing back and letting the quartermaster handle it, though, because this is his particular area in the village.
I'll walk over to him.
Captain, I thought we had this conversation that you couldn't just eat everybody.
Look, he called me short. He stepped on me. I was just, protecting myself.
Protecting yourself from words?
Well, you're gonna be telling me you never called a dwarf short and lived to tell the tale about it.
Wow.
Maybe one of you starts. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to be one down, one party member.
Oh, don't leave,
I-
Captain.
I'll eat you.
No,
Starting from your
please.
foot. I will eat your foot. And I'll start on the toesies, one by onesies.
Oh, dear.
By this point, the quartermaster's gotten over to you, so he doesn't have to scream. And he kind of looks and he's like, red-haired one. What's your name?
Yer, Captain J. Flowers.
All right, Flowers. How about you go ahead and tell me your side of this? He's already given it.
He called me short. He made me feel shorter than I already am. He then stepped on me. I defended myself. I didn't start eating his ankles. But I didn't leave any damage now, can you see that?
The lack of success doesn't make a crime any less of a crime.
Then he attacked me first.
You're right. I think that the two of y'all just got off to a bad start. One of you used language that was inappropriate, and the other may have overreacted a little. We're going to overlook this. But you and him both have to just drop it, alright?
No. I promise not to eat his ankles.
Alright, that's good enough. Now, your pink friend over there, she's doing a pretty good job handling our caretaking on the oxen and cows. But we could actually use some help over with the chickens right now. It's feeding time, and none of my men or women appreciate feeding them. If you could have someone go over and help with that, we'd appreciate that. Obviously, there are 5 of you, so you don't all got to stay.
I hear this, right? Because I kind of walked over to the party.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, scammer alert! Scammer alert!
Whoop, whoop.
Banhammer dropped! Anyways, yeah, you hear it, and you've walked over there.
Well, I feel like I'm being torn here. I can handle the chickens, or you guys need me to do the, use my, little help in the cave, or the, what's it called? The
mine?
The mine, thank you.
The mines.
Well, I'm sure it can't hurt to feed some chickens.
I do
How
like
hard can
chicken.
that be?
No, we're not going to eat the chickens. That's going to piss them off.
I said feed.
Oh, yeah, you know, yes, feeding the chickens to fatten them up to eat them later.
Okay.
I mean, he's not wrong. That's part of why we, take care of our livestock. I mean, it's not much of a detour. It should only take you half an hour or so to
And then we could go to the mines.
be warned. Those chickens, they are feisty.
Oh boy.
I can't guarantee one of them will make it through lunchtime.
I'm kind of ending the call. I'm just like, I'm going over to the chickens.
What? But chicken.
Aye, the chickens.
I'm fucking drooling.
Okay, so what do
Look, even
these
she's hungry for them chickens.
what do these dire chickens eat?
Yeah, we've got a special blend of the local grass and fauna. There's some berries mixed in. In particular, we got this one green. It's called a gissel green. That's what makes up the majority of it. Avian life goes wild for it. Part of why they get a bit feisty.
Okay. Well, if everyone is down for this, we can go feed some chickens.
Aye, feed the chickens and we go for the mines.
Let's go search for dinner.
Aye,
Or let's pick which one is best.
all of them. But there may be one that's better.
The plump one.
Aye.
I'm just going to go now.
I'm following you like the lost werewolf puppy I am.
Just one cauliflower is right behind him.
He does point you guys in the direction of the chickens. So is everyone heading over to the chickens right now?
Wrath wanders off.
All right.
He's just gonna go find a field and lay down in it and stare at the sky.
So you notice not too far off to the east, there's a few hills leading up to the mountains, and the grass over there looks a little overgrown, but it looks like it's soft, real soft.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Go and lay down on him. Just watch Skywatch for a while.
All right. Everyone else, you get over to the chicken pen, and the first thing you notice, even before you notice the 3.5-foot tall giant chickens, is that the fence, which is about 6 feet tall, it's made of wood, it looks almost like it's starting to fall apart. Like, if one of you rammed into the side of it full speed, it would probably crumble in that spot.
These are terrible. I should fix these.
What's the fence made out of?
Wood. It looks like it's made out of the same pine trees that you saw on the west side near the lake. They just look exceptionally. The fence just looks really old.
This place
I don't
looks
know if
decrepit.
I don't know if that mending thing will work.
Mending a gear today.
I don't think you need to worry about that. Captain's already fixing it.
Yeah, I'm fairly liberal about how mending works, and this is absolutely something you could use mending on.
Well, if Captain Flowers got that, then I'm just gonna feed the chickens.
All right, Captain, you're going to work on mending. Twilight, you're
Yeah.
trying to work on feeding the chickens. How about Pious? It looks like there's only 5 chickens in this pen.
Okay. How tall are they compared to me?
A little over half your height. They're all roughly 3.5 feet.
Oh, okay.
I should say they range from like 3.25 feet up to like 3.75 foot. There's a noticeable difference between each one, but they're all in the same size class.
Hello, chickens. I am Pious. It's nice to meet you all.
The one closest to you as you're saying this squawks and kind of jumps and almost like in fear runs towards the other side of the pen.
Oh, no, I'm not going to eat you. I literally just don't want to. I don't eat meat. Oh, damn. Okay.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I've never spoken to a chicken before.
He's just gonna slowly walk over there, like grab a handful of grass and kind of like shake it at the chickens.
So Twilight, you're going to go try to feed the chickens, and you actually head over like the gate that leads into the pen, and you can see right there that there's a large bucket full of the feed that has been made for them. The bucket is about like 2 foot, 2.5 feet tall, and a solid 1.5 foot diameter. Like this is a big bucket. But the general way to feed chickens is just kind of go in there and throw the food near them, and they'll peck it off the ground.
Right.
But Tempest, real quick, what are you doing as Captain is mending, Twilight's going to feed, and Pious is trying to calm the chickens with grass.
With grass.
I'm just wagging my tail, chilling next to Captain, watching those two in the show in front of me. We'll see who the better chicken is.
That's why I was drilling down your cheek, right?
Basically, just
and
looking for that.
Salivating.
Look for the best one and eating it. Yes.
The first one down is the first one eaten.
Aye.
All right, Twilight. As you head in the pen, we're playing a minigame. Sounds weird with D&D, but this is a minigame. So, Pious, you're kind of like leaning over the fence, trying to shake the grass and everything, and the part you're leaning on collapses in, now leaving a hole in the fence.
Oh, dear.
And Twilight, as you start entering the pen, most of the chickens were kind of all in the center space. This minigame is called Catch the Chickens. They are going to begin trying to escape. There are 5 chickens. There's the smallest, there's small, average, tall, and tallest. Chickens 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 is the biggest, 1 is the smallest.
Are they in the... Did they scatter when I came in?
They are currently in the center. Let me give you the rules here real quick still.
Okay.
So you've got chickens 1 through 5. The bigger the number, the bigger the chicken.
Okay.
There are 5 areas. The center of the pen, 15 feet out from the center, 30 feet, 45 feet, 65 feet. And the edge of the pen is 75 feet. They will either kind of casually trot, walk, or dash. So each, slow to fast moving.
Okay.
Ones that you are near and try to approach will do one of 3 things. Try to attack you, try to run, or run and attack. Attack and then run. If you get near one, it makes it anxious and makes it harder to approach. Your goal is to keep the chickens from escaping the pen.
Okay.
So you can only go after one per turn. So your decision making matters just as much as your athletics checks you're going to have to roll. As you're getting to the center where they are, that's when the section that Pious was leaning on collapses, and they start to scatter. But one of them in particular dashes the exact opposite way and is now 40 feet away from the center, while the rest are about 15 feet away from the center. So it's your move. All right, which one are you going after? Chicken 4 is the one that is furthest from the center currently.
And I can't let any of them escape, right?
That's the goal.
Okay. Let's see. I haven't even begun feeding them yet, right?
No, you haven't.
I'm gonna try feeding them.
All right, you're going to start by trying to scatter food here in the center?
Yeah.
Are you going to throw just a small amount, a large amount, or just dump the bucket? Like, kind of like swing it and throw it out and around.
So what I'm going to actually do is, I have a explorer's pack, right?
Yes. That is a collection of many different items.
I'm gonna empty out the bag and just kind of put the bag in the food, and then kind of just, use my bag as to kind of like a bucket.
You're going to use your bag as a bucket to pull the food out of a bucket.
No, so, I scoop the food up, and then I put the food in the bag, and then I just start, yeah.
You're going to use the backpack like a bucket.
Yeah, basically.
Why don't you just use the bucket?
Because I thought you said it was kind of heavy. But, alright, I guess I could use
I mean, it's not super heavy. You're carrying it around fairly without an issue.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess that's where I misunderstood. Sorry. But yeah. I'll just try to scatter food around and see if that's tempting.
Okay. So as you scatter the food, it does not do anything about the chickens. It doesn't make them start coming in closer. Although the ones that are only about 10 feet from the center kind of give pause and stop moving.
So they're pausing?
Yeah, they stop running at that moment. As for the one that's already 40 feet away, that one moves. It stops running, but it is still kind of like trotting slowly over to the edge of the pen. And the one that was the next farthest away suddenly makes a dash for the side where Pius broke a hole. As Pius is kind of getting up and moving back.
So I can move, right?
Yes, and now you have a turn to choose what you do. The smallest chicken, chicken 1, suddenly starts turning and looks like he is about to just bolt as fast as possible towards the north side. The chicken 2 seems to still be distracted by the food, and chicken 3 also seems to be distracted by the food. The chicken 4, which was the one to the east, is trotting slowly, like I said, but still continuing towards the east. And the chicken that suddenly started bolting towards Pius, which is over on the west side, is about to full sprint.
How tall are these?
3.5 feet.
You know what? I'm gonna fly over to it. The one that's closest to the gate. And try to pick it up.
You mean the one going for the hole that Pius made?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to go over and you're going to try to catch it.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Can I do my animal handling while I do this?
No.
Or did I already use that spell?
No. It's not a matter of if you can or not. Right now, they're pretty single-mindedly focused. The only things you can really do are try to catch them.
Okay.
So you're going for the one that's bolting towards Pius. Give me an athletics check.
Gotta get through it.
$18. That's perfect. So you get to it. It does end up moving some distance. You catch it about 35 feet away from the center, and you're able to grab it and kind of bring it back to the center where the feed is currently laid out.
Isn't there like a you know what? I'm gonna put it in my barrel.
Your barrel is on ink. Not. Oh no. That's right. Twilight did decide to buy a barrel, didn't she?
I did. So I'm gonna put it in my barrel.
You bring it back over to the barrel, and the barrel is big enough to put this one chicken inside.
Alright.
Back to my random rolls. All right, so chicken number 1, which is trotting towards the north currently, looks like it is about to make a mad dash towards the north. Chickens 2 and 3 are still distracted by the feed, and they have started to kind of peck at the ground for it. And chicken number 4, which is already 50 feet towards the eastern side of this, it's slowing down its pace, but it's still moving that direction. Also, everyone else that's here, you are free to jump in at any point.
Can I attempt to make a chicken call?
Yeah, go ahead and we'll do animal handling for this. Just because mimicking that noise is more about knowing what it sounds like for you than anything.
Plus 5 ain't bad. That's a 22, baby.
You.
Let's go.
Alright. With that sound, the one that was heading north is turning and looks like it's about to full sprint towards Pius. It's 20 feet to the north, but as far as to the west, it's 0. So it's got a full 75 feet to get to Pius. And off to the east, that one's 50 feet and only has 25 feet before it hits the wall.
Oh, he wants to give me a hug. I hope.
And of course, chicken 5 is in your barrel. So, Twilight, what do you do?
So Pius is doing a chicken call?
Yes, he did a chicken call and got the attention of the one going north.
I'm gonna do speak with animals.
Okay. What are you saying to the animals?
First, I want to know why they're running. Like, the point, like, are they not happy or sad, or are they just eager to get out? What? Like, what's the situation here?
Okay.
Basically.
So as you cast the spell and you start trying to talk to them, you have a cacophony of sound from the 5 of them as they are all clucking wildly. And now you're basically getting from the entire lot of them, food, loud noise, what's going on? Where is that? Hey, look over there! And they're like squirrels with ADHD. What was that movie?
Like Rat Scratch.
Kind of. God, what was that movie? It was a cartoon, and they had the squirrel, and when he drank an energy drink, he like time slowed down.
Over the hedge.
Over the hedge, yeah, like the squirrel from Over the Hedge is kind of how they're going off right now. They don't seem to be having really any thought other than there's a lot going on in their heads, and they are too anxious to think.
Okay. So I need a mellowness.
Yeah, basically you can move though right now.
She did leave some of the food stuff outside of it, right?
There was just one bucket, and that's currently in the center of the pen. Like half the bucket is full, and the other half's been strewn around the center. Yeah, Twilight, right now you can move. So you could try to move to the one that is nearing the eastern wall. You could go for the one that's about to dash towards Bias, or you can move to the ones that are distracted.
So the ones that are... What are the ones that are concerned right now?
2 and 3 are distracted. 1 is going for Pius. 4 is going for the eastern wall, and 5 is currently in your barrel.
Okay.
But they're all kind of going crazy. Even the ones that are sitting there pecking at the ground are stopping to cluck and make noise.
I'm going... You know what? I'm gonna do...
You can move right now. You already used your action for Speak with Animals.
I was gonna... Okay. So... I'm gonna move.
Okay.
Towards the middle.
You're already at the center. You're at the center. Chicken 1 is about to dash to Pius. 2 and 3 are on the food.
Okay.
4 is about to escape on the east side, and 5 is in your barrel. Who do you move to?
I'm going to 4.
Okay. As you get over to it, it stops, just like briefly, and kind of turns its head and pecks at you, managing to catch your side and dealing a whole 5 damage.
Can I try to rope it? Like lasso it?
With it going to the next turn? Yes, and Chicken 1 is now 40 feet towards Pius. So, going on to the next round. Chicken 1, Pius, you can definitely see this. Looks like he's about to dash straight at you still.
I'm going to get ready to catch him.
Alright. 2 and 3 are still distracted. 5 is still trying to figure out how to get out of the barrel. And 4 looks like it's about to keep going towards the side. Twilight, you are right next to it. It is still an athletics check, but you are trying to use rope to catch it.
Right.
So
Was it? Is it Pius's turn or mine?
there's no turn order. This is a mini game.
Oh,
The chickens are doing this. Now tell me what you guys are doing.
I'm gonna try to lasso it.
Athletics check. Pius, give me an athletics check as well.
Okay, I do that.
That the barrel is it's stuck in a barrel?
Yes, it is stuck in a barrel in the center currently, kind of right next to the bucket of food.
I'm gonna just like hop on over to that and just pop it out.
Why do I feel like Tempest is gonna screw everything up? He's gonna knock the barrel over.
No, I think it'll be fine.
DM?
Hold on. What are you doing again? My brain just like shut down for half a second or more.
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just pop that little sucker out of there then, and just since he's already there by the food, I'm not worried about that. Just popping him out of there.
Basically picking him up and putting his face in front of the food.
Yeah, trying to cater to the chaos here.
Okay. Give me an athletics check as well to see if you can get a grip on him. Twilight, with that 24, you managed to get a rope around its feet so it can't run. And you are able to take it back to the center. And set it down, trying to put its face in front of the food. Pius! You barely manage to grab this thing as it tries to bolt past you. Ultimately, you end up catching it by the neck and like having to pull back, but then you grab its, you take your other arm and like wrap it around its body, and then like make sure you didn't break its neck. Are you going to take that back to the center then?
Yes. Now, Mr. Chicken, please. Calm down. I'm not going to eat you like the others. Well, they might eat you. I won't let them eat you. Don't worry, Mr. Chicken. You are safe with me.
Tempest, as you're trying to get your hands in there and grab it, you are unable to actually grip it. Chicken number 1 that you just took back, Pius, you set it down into the center, and it becomes distracted by the food and starts trying to eat. 2 and 3 are still distracted by the food. Number 4, the one that you just took back, Twilight, gets distracted by the food. And number 5 is still going crazy and trying to get out of this barrel, but not succeeding. At the moment, it only looks like number 5 is trying to make a break for it. The one in the barrel.
Twilight, fix your mess.
Well, if you leave it alone, yeah.
Leave it
It's
alone. It's
stuck in
freaking out.
Hey, it's okay.
Says the person who loves animals.
It's not like I'm killing it.
But you're abusing it. Trust me, I should know. I'm basically an animal.
You got a little roll coming down there.
No,
I know
don't.
exactly what your temptation is.
I take a stand for animal kind in the right way.
Taking a stand, you mean killing it, right?
Do you really want to find out how the chain works right now?
Oh, I think I know.
At this point, we'd have enough time for another round. That chicken is still going crazy trying to get out, but it is still failing to get out of that barrel.
I'm gonna walk over to it and give it a little bit of food.
You're going to try to give it a little bit of food? You do notice the chickens 3 and 4 have started to look up and look around as if they're about to try running.
Well, I still got the one around the rope, right?
Yeah, 4 is the one that's roped, but it's looking around like it's going to try to run despite being tied. And 3 just... It's been distracted this whole time by the food, and it finally looks like it's realized that, oh, I can run.
I'm gonna tie the 4 to the barrel.
You're going to tie the rope around the barrel?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check to see if you can tie the rope fast enough for it to get caught and not run, or not attempt to run. Pius, you notice that 3 is also about to try making a run for it, though. Same with Tempest.
Do I have any spells that won't hurt them?
I'm already behind it.
No, wait, no, it's a monster. Never mind.
Twilight, are you rolling the sleight of hand?
I'm trying to figure that out. Where is it?
It's going to be on the same page as
There
athletics.
it is.
Lance, you said something. What'd you say?
Whole person, and then I thought about it, and I said, "Oh wait, no, it's probably a monster."
Yeah.
Ooh, I've got a wonderful idea. I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force.
Ooh, that lucky
And the
just
force.
saved you, Twilight.
It really did.
It did.
Thank
You
God
tie
for
it so it has to stay kind of in that center 10-foot space.
Mm-hmm.
What does Phantasmal Force do to this poor chicken?
It's a big one. Basically, I can make an illusion that the target thinks is real. I can only cast it on one target.
Okay.
But they think it's real. It's a 10-foot cube. They have to succeed on a intelligence saving throw, which would be 19 DC. Good luck with that.
-4 intelligence. No
Yep.
proficiency. They fail.
Beautiful.
While a target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as if it were real. So I'm going to create a phantasm of all of their its favorite food.
So the Giesel greens?
Yes, in a 10-foot cube. So it's like a massive pile of it.
Just giant illusory Giesel greens right there in the center.
Yes. For one of them.
And if you guys haven't caught it or don't know it, Giesel greens are a favorite food of chocobos.
Yeah, I had a feeling they were chocobos. I don't know why, but I had a feeling.
The chickens are not chocobos, but the Giesel greens apply as such.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Giesel greens are actually from Final Fantasy, one of the favorite foods of chocobos. It calms them down when they start to eat it. It keeps them from running, essentially.
I have a question regarding the spell.
Which spell?
The one that Pius just used.
What about it?
So, does it only work on food, or can it like make it? Can it?
Oh, you can do a lot.
Yeah, it looks like whatever he wants to make it look like, and if they fail to save, they treat it as if it's real.
So, if you wanted to like mend a fence, they could do that too. Like
It
as if
doesn't.
they were-
It's an illusion. It doesn't actually fix the fence. It would just make the fence
No,
look
I mean like, do
real
they?
and fenced.
Right? Do they think though? If he said I want to like do the fence, would that be counting as an illusion, or is it just for food? That's my question.
He can make it look
Well-
like whatever, but making the fence look fixed in a small space of only like 10 feet isn't going to keep the chickens from running at it. They're too stupid to even know it's damaged in the first place.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
The food is a great idea. The number 3 kind of just stops moving as it thinks it's being covered in Giesel greens and starts going back to pecking at the ground and the food. Tempest, are you going to make another attempt at the one in the barrel? As Twilight's tying one to the barrel and Pius has made an illusion for it, another.
I'm observing the other two for a moment, the ones that we haven't like fully secured, since you said they were starting to finish up.
Not that they're... So 4 is the one that's been tied, and 3 is the one that just got illusioned.
Okay.
And those were the two that looked like they were about to dash away from the food.
Huh.
5 is the only one being rowdy at the moment. And once you pass your turn, it's a new round, and some of them might get distracted again.
Alright, we're dealing with 5.
Yeah, the goal of this is to get all 5 calm at the same time. That's your win condition.
Cool. Do I see any greens on the ground? Picking up a few.
You don't see actual greens, but there's the feed right there next to it, so...
That works. Come here, number 5.
Are you just pouring it in there on 5 in the bucket?
Basically. I promise I won't eat you.
Okay.
Maybe even try to pet it.
It gets distracted by that.
Haha.
They are all satiated now. As they've noticed, even their fellows have all calmed down. There's not clucking and everything. And so they all just kind of settle and they start eating. And one of the giants that was nearby comes over. You can tell that basically he was the one told it's his job today, but he had been avoiding it because he doesn't like it. And he's just, oh, thanks for the help. Definitely saved me some trouble there.
He's telling us that?
Yeah.
I mumble a little bit, lazy ass fucking giant, god damn it. Can't even do a fucking job.
I elbow her. Hard.
Don't mind her. She is not very intelligent.
What?
Huh?
She figured out how to deal with those chickens pretty quick. I wouldn't knock her intelligence. Her smarts are just a little different. But
Well, yeah, she's really good with animals.
Hey, you're not supposed to hear that. I just mumbled it underneath my breath. I didn't even think anybody was paying attention. God damn it.
you know, giants got giant ears. We've got pretty good hearing too. But I don't take offense. I wouldn't call it laziness, but you're right. I wasn't doing my job. You did it for me. I can't argue that.
Got it fixed, sir.
So how much you willing to pay me?
I forgot you were here, Captain.
You say that, and he's just kind of like, aren't you already getting offered pay by Misfeth and Uvolk?
Not to my knowledge.
You know, I'm gonna let this lie slide. But don't try it again. Part of what
No,
Misfeth came over here to tell us is that there were some Hoomies out here helping us. And I appreciate that. But you do best not to treat us like we're dumb.
Honestly, to be honest, I have no idea. Because apparently I was sleeping, and I just woke up here. So I literally have no idea what has been said. I just want to know how much you're going to pay me for doing your job.
So you know full well that you guys are getting paid for doing all the extra work more than the first task. And,
If he
and
wants to
he's
keep your
clearly seen through your bullshit already and called you out. He's going to ignore that. And he's going to turn to Captain and be like, it's a mighty fine job you're doing on that fence. Looks like you might have it done in about 20 minutes or so at this pace. You keep on with that. I'm sure Misfeth and Uvolk will appreciate it, and they'll probably throw in a little extra since you're taking care of things that we didn't even ask you to take care of.
Strong fence is a good fence. Here.
So is all of the chickens captured then?
Yes, all the chickens are calmed down, eating, and giving Captain enough time to fix the whole fence.
As long as they're not penguins.
I'm walking up to the giant. Have you seen which direction our friend went?
The dragon?
Yeah.
I don't know. He kind of like looks out since he has a higher perspective, you know, putting his hand up to block the sun. It looks like there's something blue over on that hill. I can't say whether that's your friend or not, but I don't remember anything blue being out there before.
Well, either it's our friend or it's a very large blueberry. Both are
Loompa, Loompa. Wait, what?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Violet, you're turning violet. Do still need to say that.
Slowly away.
Where do you think you're going?
Doge form. Running! Where's Wrath? There he is, that way.
No, wait. Tempest, please, wait.
I stopped. Far away.
Okay. You have to remember that I'm not very fast.
You should learn to run on all fours, if you could speak dog and understand what I just said.
Yeah, unfortunately, all she can do is bark and growl at you right now.
Roar,
Do I
roar.
understand it though?
Since you still have Speak with Animals on, yes, you do.
What did she say again? Out of game?
If you could learn how to run on all fours, you could keep up.
If you can learn how to dodge on all squares, then you can keep up, Pius.
That is not what I said!
Tempest, I'm not sure what that means, but we'll work on that.
I am clawing the ground in frustration.
Oh,
I'm fucking with everybody. It's so fun.
Okay, well, anyway, Highrath, are you ready to go to the mine?
Oh, hey. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm excited.
So
Hell yeah.
Flowers is still mending the fence, right?
Yeah, it takes you about 20 minutes to get to Wrath and then get back. And as you get back, Captain's finishing patching the last of the fence, and it looks good as new.
Here. Fixing
There you go.
things is always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Things should be fixed.
Aye.
We're going to the mine. You want to come?
Aye.
Cool.
No, not that kind of mine. A mine. Not mine. Mine.
Mine,
They're better-
mine, mine, mine.
Yeah.
There are any
Just this
mine
eagle.
in this mine, I swear to God.
You can stop doing that thing with your hands, Flowers. That's not what we're talking about.
Wait, what's he doing with his hands? I'm scared.
He's miming!
He's freaking me out.
Oh. Okay. Let's go to the tunnel that leads underground, where they hit
tunnel
rocks with sharp
underground.
things and get minerals.
That sounds tedious.
You know what
Well,
can't
for
help but
mines.
notice at about this point? That the absence of the hermit. Like, you would notice he wasn't with you over at the lake, but it kind of stands out again, because a lot of the time he steps in on these discussions to smooth them out, and he's just not here to do that right now.
Do not look at me. I didn't need him. Looks at Captain.
Looks back.
Stare.
And she looks at me. And I look at her. And she looks at me. And I can look at her.
Oh god.
Delightful.
Is this what I missed that whole time?
I just start looking at
Holy shit.
Okay, time for the hole. To the hole.
So it
Wait,
does take
wait.
it takes about 3 hours to get over there. So you guys have all the time in the world for all of this shenanigans while you're going. As you get there, though, the sun is already starting to set. It's about 5 p.m. at the moment, and you know it's going to take about 3 hours to get back over to the Instant Fortress. But you're already here at the mine.
I say let's go in it.
We're in a safe-ish spot. We could do a good old-fashioned campfire. I'm sure we're all used to sleeping in the woods, essentially.
I don't know if that would be a good idea here, because I mean this is their land. I don't think they want us camping here.
That's what you're worried about?
It's a respect thing, yeah.
As you're all kind of having this conversation, you do notice. I need to make sure I get my numbers right. Dun, 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 dun. That's the wrong page. You notice there are 6 fire giants kind of heading out of the mine right now. And you notice that there's another set kind of coming up and heading in. Did I say 5? 6. 6 in, 6 out.
And they're fire guides?
Fire giants, yes. It looks like a shift change.
Do you think I
Hey,
can do that
one
with
of
my
you
steam? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm done.
I don't even know what you said, Wrath. I couldn't make out part of it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's okay.
Pressure.
So, Twilight, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, hey, do one of you guys want to help us start a fire?
What happened to respect and all that nonsense?
You shout over to them, and they just all kind of like give you a dirty look and keep going on the way they were going.
And I turned to Tempest and say, I told you so, it was a respect thing, I told you!
Weren't you trying to lie and get more money out of them moments, like not too long ago?
What do you mean lie? No one told me we were getting paid.
Captain, could you just please make a fucking bonfire before I rip her skull from her head?
In dark shade, blackest night, I cast bonfire to brighten up this light.
Oh, thank you. Good lord.
Honestly, no one told me we were getting paid, so I thought we were just doing it for free.
I'll mention
Honestly, I
again,
just
out
wanna
of
get the
game,
fuck
you
out
have
of
very
here.
much been told.
I really have?
Yes, multiple times.
Oh, because I thought I was asleep and I woke up and I just started helping out with the farm.
No, it's been mentioned since.
Oh, okay, I guess I missed that from last section. I am so sorry, you guys.
Selective hearing, selective memory, it's alright.
Okay, so we are getting paid. Alright.
This place will be the death of us.
Alright, so it's 5 o'clock, a bonfire's been lit. Are you making camp now? Or are you going to take care of the mines before bed?
I'm gonna maybe just kind of go in there and see what we're kind of up against.
Alright, is anyone going to head in with Twilight?
Nope.
Yeah, I'll go.
Me and Tempest have already been in there. We know.
Captain, how about you?
You're fine.
Yeah, they had been. They met with Miss Feth, who took them over to the farm. So, Captain, Twilight, Wrath, and the 3 of you head in. The Cloud Giant, the Cloud Giant standing guard, having not seen the 3 of you, like they kind of look and they're like, "Where are your other 2 friends?"
Other 2?
Yeah, the robot and that girl in the leather.
Oh, you mean our little wolf friend? Yeah. They're sitting by the fire eating bonbons and roasting marshmallows.
Kind of rude of them to leave you three to deal with it and not come help themselves, especially when they're the ones that agreed to help.
No, I just decided to walk in. Well, what's the problem?
Yeah, we've got a collapsed mine shaft. We hadn't finished digging it out, so it's not big enough for us to get in there and deal with the collapse itself. We also can't get any of our explosives down in there to blast away the debris. We need some smaller hands.
Smaller hands,
Yeah, I definitely can help you out there.
Captain, in regards to you mentioning smaller hands, the cloud giant kind of snickers. You know this is another short joke. He doesn't say anything, though.
If Captain Flowers had heckles, he would certainly raise them. He's just... Oh, short jokes.
So he gives you guys directions to get down to the particular shaft. It's a solid, 30 minutes to get down to it. And you get in there, and unlike the rest of them that are solid, 20 foot wide, 30 foot tall, this one's barely been dug out to 20 foot in height and only about 10 foot wide. So you can kind of tell where the problem is. It collapsed not too far in because they had barely begun digging it. The rock's all pretty packed tight, so you can't really just grab rocks and pull them out. At least not with your bare hands.
Yeah, so I need to dig it out and then cast mold earth, right?
Mold earth can be used to grab single rocks and move them.
Well, I was thinking doing a mole rat. That way they're they dig a lot easier.
That's a good idea.
Is a good idea.
That's a really good idea. You should do that.
I am. I'm gonna be a mole rat. They dig quickly, and then
Hold on, I might have something that can help you. Hold on, He pulls open his book that he's always drawing on.
By the way, since you're always drawing on that thing, when are you gonna give me a tattoo?
Whenever you're ready. Let me know what you want. Not right now. Maybe once we get back to camp. I'm not gonna tattoo you as a mole rat. That would look terrible as a person.
I'm not a mole rat yet. I was just
I don't have the spell prepared. Oh well, sorry. But yeah, mole rat's a great idea.
Yep. That's what I'm doing. Mole rat, and then gonna do the molder.
Okay. Are you digging straight into the wall, or are you trying to dig under it?
Wherever the problem may arise. Where the beginning of the problem. I don't know if it's on the wall or if it's on the underneath.
Okay, so it's a tunnel. It's big for humans, but small for giants. There is a wall in front of you blocking off the remainder of the tunnel.
Okay, then I'm
going from side to side of the tunnel, from bottom to top. So are you going through it, or are you digging under it?
Under it.
Okay. It doesn't take you long. By the time that you actually get far enough dug under it to fully fit, you do feel some of the rocks kind of slip and start sliding off across your side. But you dig kind of the other side, so you've got that gap and that leeway in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am trying to pull up Mold Earth to make sure if it needs a verbal component or not. Probably does.
Yeah, I think it does.
No, it only requires hand motions, and giant mole rats essentially have 5 fingers. So you are able to actually do this spell as a mole rat, as a giant mole rat.
Holy shit! Okay.
Barely, but you are able to.
Nice.
So you dig through to the other side, and you use Mold Earth, kind of trying to shift the rocks and everything, and you pull a whole bunch out from underneath it. It's only about 5 feet wide, so you get most of that loose debris pulled out onto your side, and more of the wall kind of collapses down, leaving a fairly large gap in the center. The wall is still there as a whole, but there's clearly holes and cracks in it at this point. It is debris that can be moved by hand at this point, or one of the explosives that they've mentioned could be put in the center to blast the debris.
Okay, so is that... So did I... Okay, what's the problem now? Again? Sorry.
The wall's just not completely torn down.
Can I continue to do what I'm doing?
Yeah, you can keep just moving debris out into the walk space, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only takes you, maybe a minute and a half. And from the other side, Wrath, Captain, You saw her dig under, you saw it start getting loose, and then all of a sudden you just saw all the rubble down in the hole she had dug underneath just be pulled out towards her, and the wall slowly collapse. And you just kind of see this repeat every time debris falls into the bottom hole. It's pulled out, more falls in, pulled out, more falls on in, until finally, about halfway through, you can see her on the other side doing her spell motions with her hands as a mole rat and using magic to dig out this whole tunnel. Until finally it's just this layer of rock covering the path behind her.
Yeah, there you go.
So, is that so? Is it complete then, or do I need to actually do?
The cave-in is cleared.
Okay, so it's all clear.
Yeah, part of digging it out is them having to move all the rocks anyways as they, break the walls open further. So
I don't need to put the dynamite in there then.
no, you just keep doing that, and eventually the wall's gone.
All right. I think that's all I need to do, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Job's done. What they
All
asked
right.
is done.
So I'm turning back into my human form and say, is there anything else that I can do for you?
There are no giants there to ask that.
Cricket response.
Is she still a mole rat?
No, she turned back into a human.
Okay. So like, all I hear is just squeaks.
I actually thought I said I thought I actually said it. Did I not say it?
Yeah, you said you were turning back into a human.
Oh, okay. Jeez, flowers! Holy shit! Know how to confuse a wand? Fuck!
Yeah, it's quite easy with you.
It really is.
Sorry about that.
A blonde walked into a bar and fell down. It was quite a shame.
What the fuck? That's great.
Yeah, so you all head back out, and with the time of the walk and the amount of time spent there, it's about 6:30. Not exactly like there was a ton of camp to set up, seeing as the Instant Fortress is still out over by the housing, 3 hours away. But during that time, Tempest and Pius are able to kind of like lay out the bedrolls and all of that for some nice normal camping.
Before I have to go 300 feet away.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm kind of just standing over them, going, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
None of your business because you're being rude.
Yes,
I
yeah.
mean-
No, please.
I just cleared out this whole line.
That's true, actually, she did.
Oh,
The whole mine?
Pretty
The
good.
whole mine.
Good.
good job.
Wow.
Goodness gracious! And here you guys are sitting on your ass, and we're getting paid for this.
Oh,
I should get this money.
I'll remember that the next time that you're dying.
Mm-hmm.
so Raph, as they had started to turn around and walk away, there would have been something that you would have noticed passively. One of those chunks of rock was shining a bit in the light.
Uh-oh.
Would I notice
I'll
that?
go over and look at it.
You notice that there is a rather large chunk of unprocessed diamond in that rock.
Ooh.
Is anyone looking?
No, the other Captain and Twilight had started to walk, and you were kind of behind them, so they're around the corner and out of sight for the moment.
Okay. So at that point, he'll just slide it in his bag of holding, and then later, when we're having a conversation at camp, he'll show everyone.
So I have a question.
I have an answer.
Why would Raph notice it more than I would, because I would be digging it out? Or would I just not be paying attention?
Mole rats aren't known for their visual prowess.
Okay, alright. That makes sense.
And your
Okay.
passive perception normally isn't high enough to have noticed.
Okay.
His was the only one that was high enough.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious.
Yeah, so you are sitting around at camp, Twilight being rude, and Pius saying none your business because you're being rude.
Oh, hey, look what I found, everyone. Pulls out diamond.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, this is quite the hefty chunk of rock, too. Like, it's not really spherical, it's more like ovular, but its longer diameter is roughly 8 inches, and the diamond seems to make up almost half of it.
I'm gonna go back in there.
Okay.
Would you like me to process it for you?
What, back in there?
Are you harder than a diamond? Is that the question we're answering here?
That depends on where you're looking. Deuce told me to say that. I hope it's not inappropriate.
Twilight, are you slinking off away to try going back in?
Yeah.
So on your way out, like the guards obviously would have asked if you did it, and knowing Twilight, she would have bolstered and been like, "Yeah, of course I did." Blah 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 blah. So they know you've already cleared the tunnel out. And so when you get back there, and like, what are you doing back here?
I'm gonna actually use my invisibility. I call it invisibility because they are.
Alright. All right. So as you start getting closer, you throw on the cloak of invisibility so they don't notice you, and you are able to slink past. Give me a perception check when you get back there.
When I get what?
Give me a perception check for when you get back there. Give me that perception. Everyone else, continue your role play, since she just kind of slinked off while you were showing that and having a conversation about processing and, hard in some places.
But to answer your question seriously, Wrath, I think I have a spot in my belly that might actually, at the very least, it might clean it.
I'm getting some kick-ass rolls tonight.
Sure. Here you go. Rock tumbler number 2.
Is that what we're calling the stomach?
The rock tumbler? That's actually, I'd like my stomach to be called that. That'd be good.
All right, so you're gonna just try to. Your goal is to put this whole giant rock inside it at once, basically.
Only, and you don't have to tell me, only if there's a chance that there's not a chance that I'll destroy it completely.
So you would think there's at least a chance that it could do something beneficial. You're not sure what happens to most things that you put in your body. You know that metals seem to come out into refined items after you've eaten enough within a short enough period of time. But you don't know how it's going to work with diamond or rock. You think if your body's been programmed to recognize precious materials like metal, though, it probably would recognize diamonds. Shot in the dark.
Wrath, there may be a small chance that it's destroyed completely. Are you willing to take that?
I mean, I am. What do y'all think?
Hey, we could try it.
Okay, good enough for me.
Let's do it.
Takes it and opens his mouth and...
Let me get to the pious poops section of my notes.
Please don't say it's called pious poops.
That is what I called the section for your processing. Is pious poops. I called it that. I called it that from the beginning too. That wasn't like something I just came up with after the first scene or something.
Holy shit!
Yes, you're gonna have abs of diamond by the time this is done.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
You can take punches directly.
All right, give me a D100 while you're having your conversation. Twilight, as for you, you notice that several of those rocks, you can't tell how much diamond is in them, but first of all, you can tell they're digging this out. This is a diamond mine, undeniably at this point. And you can see there are veins in the wall that are kind of just barely showing, and quite a few of the rocks on the ground. You can see little parts where diamond's poking out. You don't know how much diamond is inside of these chunks of rock, but you notice about 30 pounds worth of rocks that have diamond in them.
Locate objects. Or a really rare diamond, like a sapphire or...
So, you first of all, sapphire is just a totally different thing.
Right.
You can't really specify things like that. It's just diamond or like giant diamond. And when you do it, you just get that, right past this wall, like if you dug further into the side, there's a vein that runs like 60 feet down, is about 1.5 feet tall, and like several feet thick, and like it's a giant diamond in the wall. That's what they're mining out.
Ooh.
And it would take quite a bit of time to mine that out. Your best bet of getting any diamond out of here is to pick up those rocks that have an unknown amount of diamond.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do that.
All right. Pius, as for that 84, I need you to roll a d20 now.
Okay, I do that. 8.
I don't know why I didn't include this on my tables. Why? Because I can just count, but I didn't think about how long it would take. Need another D20 then.
Okay. I do it again.
I believe you.
See him.
Shake, shake, shake. Cinderella. I just have Beetlejuice in my mind.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Shake your body.
So as Pius like goes to, like, put this essentially in his mouth space, his jaw unhinges like a snake and just widens and widens, and there's no way that this metal could stretch like this. It is definitely some type of magical effect he was imbued with. As he puts it in, and like it goes down, you kind of hear because it's a bit of a tight fit, and then all of a sudden, just like the sound he made as a rock tumbler way back when with the Guardian Wolves, you just hear that going for about 10 minutes, and then just like the first time that he pooped out a weapon, his backspace opens up again to let it out, but it doesn't open up nearly as much as a pair of bracelets fall out. It's a rather small space because they're just like bracelets. You know, they just go around your wrist. But they are made of diamond.
Ah,
Oh, well, that was unexpected.
so that's what happens.
I guess so. Time to
They are
eat more
clearly
gems.
magical, by the way.
Wrath, would you like to cast Identify on these?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Here. And he'll take them and set them down and take 10 minutes to ritually cast Identify.
They are bracelets of historical knowledge. They do not require attunement, and the person wearing them gets a +6 on history checks.
They make your memory very, very good.
Wow. I think we need that for Protect for someone.
Who's that?
Bias.
Oh, yeah.
You said they help with memory?
You're not there.
Oh, out of game. I'm just curious. Out of game.
So to speak, they help with remembering historical information. So things like the dates of battles or architecture, for instance. Like, oh, hey, this is clearly tiefling architecture from the 3rd dynasty of the Malnung. Like, crazy information like that from history.
More knowledge. All of the knowledge. Sorry, I don't know what came over me.
A little weird, but it's alright.
Also, historical knowledge is like the catch-all knowledge, no matter what you're trying to think of. Like, even if it's like, hey, do I know anything about like werewolves? History usually can find the answer. It just has a higher DC.
And what are these called? I'm sorry.
Bracelets of historical knowledge. There's a pair. You have to be wearing both of them.
Perfect. I have an open attunement slot.
Very good.
Nice.
And reset your metal eaten by. The pieces of the diamond, it's not like they're just like solid. It has a clasp, and it's like very smoothed out, perfectly spherical beads, and they are connected by the metal ore you had eaten previously.
All of this knowledge. Oh, by the gods.
Is there any historical information you want to try to remember immediately as a test?
When was the Highroad constructed?
That's a good question.
Give me a knowledge check.
What?
And-
You just told me I knew it! Fuck you!
No, we're testing your knowledge.
Oh.
Which device?
Your
you're,
knowledge.
you're seeing how well it works. The DC is like, the fact is you have like what, a +11 now? Like you're guaranteed to meet the minimum mark, which would literally just be the year.
Oh, so it raises it.
You get a +6 to the roll.
Oh, that's a +12 then.
Yeah. So
Damn.
you got a 19 on that roll. Minimum.
And I rolled a motherfucking 4.
Four.
Are you
Yeah.
shitting me?
Why did I say 19 minimum, a 13 minimum? But a 16 is still like up there. The DCs basically go 10, 13, 15, 17, 20, essentially. I'm giving random numbers, but they tier up. So like you got multiple tiers up the line.
Yeah. This is the first skill that I can roll past 30. Let's go!
Yo!
There's Maluviette lore. That's not right lore. What the heck? Oh no, which device is it on? Which device did I hide this information?
History has been altered.
Again.
I guess.
I'm sorry, Jess. They've become so strong that they're altering your world.
Again.
No, I actually like started writing up documents about historical information on Maluviette. And obviously, I put work specifically into the Highroad. I just have to find where the fuck I put it.
It was all
There it is, Highroad lore. Pius, you actually rolled high enough that if you want to go just like watch the Highroad lore video that's on YouTube already, you would know all of that. But shorthand here, the road began construction at roughly 8,321, so multiple millennia ago. But it was built during the era of conquest and war. It was originally designed to be a military trade route from the Hun Republic to the Incendium Populace because they were at war. Which is why both sides have a village on either side. The Hun Republic built Eldwin, where you're going, and the Incendium built Pallet. With the war over, peace treaty signed, it became a trade route instead. Which is why they laid it out with golden brick the entire path. The construction took nearly 100 years, and over 10,000 people were working on it at any given point.
Wow.
And yeah, because we are sitting around like 10,300, 10,400 for the year. Currently, so yeah. But I can send you a link to that document if you want to just get all the general known history of the Highroad.
Hell yeah.
Let me make sure it's shareable. Manage access. Restricted anyone with the link. Where is the share button? There it is. Yeah, it's only a little over 1 page of information, but it's like all the major key historical information that people would know through study.
Okay.
With that, though, something that tends to be lost within the historical information is that the road was the individual from the Hun Republic that pushed for the road to be built was known as General Falls. Not Falls, Valavia. General Valavia. A name you've heard recently because of Tempest.
Ah.
No one really knows why they pushed for a road to be built, like a proper road, instead of just beaten path. But they seem to almost be possessed by the gods in their fervor for having it built.
It was the prophecy.
The prophecy.
Prophecy.
The prophecy! It speaks to me!
Yeah.
Is Pius okay? There's smoke coming from his head.
You know, I want you to give me another history check for that one. As much as you may have been joking, this actually could prompt you to remember something else.
26.
26.
Wow.
You remember that Nick had more than once confided in you about some prophecy that they might have been a part of. It came up more than once. And one time you actually got to see it. That same book that's been a point of contention for you, that came from Acrid, in fact, it was open to a page that had the prophecy on it. You remember the prophecy in full. In this moment. You start making the joke, but it just kind of floods the memory of it back.
Shoot, and it's such a song. Okay.
Now, where the fuck do I have the prophecy written?
You definitely have it.
I have a song.
Guaranteed, I have it in at least 20 places.
Okay, that's good. We narrowed it down.
And that's the problem.
Damn.
Oh, come on.
We're just watching Pius short circuit or something. Like,
Right.
freaking out.
Right. You can roleplay for a bit before actually leading to like you possibly telling them like how you feel about it and your initial reactions to remembering this prophecy and thinking about Nick at the moment.
I don't think he's faking it. He's looking rough. Should we reboot him?
Is there a button for that?
Is there a button for that?
Not anywhere that you would want to touch.
Okay, so Twilight, where are you?
No, especially not her.
Okay.
She's not very gentle.
I mean, where am I? Am I just starting to come out of the cage or the cave or what?
No, there's been another half hour before you actually get to all of them.
While I'm
Well,
down here, can I just try to search for gold too?
You're not gonna find any gold. There's no need to roll that.
Damn it.
Yeah, we're not poking anywhere. I mean, he's speaking, so.
I mean, I could poke, I could prod, I could go pretty deep.
Well, you are pretty freaky, so
I'll take it as a compliment.
I'm gonna take a step back, or two.
When you become as old as me, when you have seen things for a couple hundred years, possibly, almost there, you kind of just go with the flow.
I look at Wrath. I look over at Wrath. I hope I don't see as much as he's seen.
Well, that's the problem. You never know if you will.
You might never remember a song.
Oh no.
What's this song? No, these are good.
There you go. I sent you that prophecy privately. Hey there, magician.
Don't sing. Don't sing. Hey, look, Pice is looking okay.
Oh, no.
Begins to sing the prophecy.
That cage is dancing.
I remember. There was a prophecy in Akrit's book. I remember. The light of peace faded. An unknown evil lurking remade. Paths cut and whittled. Darkness revealed little by little. Suspicion of ally or foe. Hubris destroying fragile ego. The misfits struggle with conflict. Loss after loss, damage inflicted. Faced with true darkness, they fall. The shadow, the devout, the brute, the amnesiac, the noble, the connected, the outcast, the shell. One by one they will die, until the last is left to cry. The last brings back balance to the world plagued with suffering. The last falls to hatred, turning their back and bringing dread. Oh dear God.
You just got that off of memory, did you?
Dark.
It's all I used to know.
That's concerning in its own right.
Well, you knew exactly what I was before I joined Nick.
Yeah.
Well, let's be real. It's like a lot of the religions in the world. These prophecies, they never happen.
Tempest, I appreciate your trying to lighten things up, but Akrit was a lich. He could probably see things that none of us can. He may have been right. Or at least, he thinks he was.
A quick reminder on that book. It was not one written by Akrit. This was the book that Nick took from him that was published by Dr. Druindar Rifle.
Oh. My apologies. God has just told me I was wrong.
Okay.
God seems it does that quite a bit.
This is losing more credit by the second.
Which is why we should kill them all.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, you're crazy. Pious.
I think he's hungry.
Fair.
He has that look in his eyes.
Hey, once you lick one, it's always great times.
But why don't you start cooking, Captain?
Ooh, that's a good idea. What do y'all want?
Yes.
Do we have hibachi tonight?
Hibachi. Yeah. I know I did with it.
Bless you. Right. Tempest, just trust me on this one. Think about it this way. Would you rather nonchalantly go about not possibly not believing in a prophecy that could end existence as you know it? Or would you rather think about it and see if there's anything you can notice in the world that might be a part of it?
Tempest is just like staring at you, like trying to think real hard at what you just said.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I mean, like, it's just a bit far-fetched for me. I've seen a lot of things in my time, in my young time, and it's just like, it's easy for me to discredit these kind of things.
I understand.
But I won't denounce your worries.
Well, I guess as long as I'm keeping an eye out, it doesn't really matter. I just thought I would share that with all of you. Maybe it would spark something in all of you. I don't know. Maybe you've heard it somewhere.
Possibly.
The answer is a resounding no for everyone else.
Okay, never mind. Me, I'm the only weird one. Got it.
The only weird one. You're a good one. You crack me up.
You probably can't help but wish that Nick was here right now, because Nick knew something about this prophecy.
Too bad you can't call him.
Yeah. I miss him. Them. They. Nick.
You hear in your head, what's wrong, Pius? Did something happen?
Oh,
And you remember that when they left, they kept their jewelry of sending.
Nick. Hi. How are you?
I'm okay. I've been doing a lot of thinking as I've been traveling.
I'm glad you're not dead. Can I ask you something?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, long story short, I shit out some diamond bracelets. And and they helped me remember the prophecy from that book that you took from Akrid.
That's what I've been thinking about the most. Still don't fully understand it. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's all of you. I don't know if it's some other group yet to be born in this world. You only have one more use of the sending stones for the day.
If you find anything else out or remember anything else, let me know. I miss you. And I love you.
I miss and love you too, Pius. There's your sending stones for the day.
Well, in case you're all wondering, Nick is doing very well. They are also thinking about the prophecy, which is kind of concerning, given the moment of our circumstance. But, ominous prophecies aside, I think I'm going to go be alone for a while. I mean, I have to anyway, but I'm gonna get a head start. I have some thinking to do.
What? What's wrong with him?
The prophecy, I assume.
Here, the prophecy. Don't go too far. I make it hibachi.
Well, I don't want it anyway, but thank you.
How dare you? But you're welcome.
How dare you, but you're welcome. So yeah, Pius, you're strolling off to have some alone time as you think. Everyone else, Captain, you're doing you're not doing bukkake, and my brain can't get past that word. So please, can you say what you're doing instead of me?
I'm making seafood hibachi.
Thank you.
But I can also be part of bukkake.
One is preferable over the other for some of us.
For some of us,
Pius, you got a comment? You're so cool, buddy.
What?
Yeah, Mito just put that up in the stream, hoping you'd see it.
Thank you, Mito. I love you. I mean, shit. I'm not good with compliments. I'm very nervous now.
Way to reel him in.
Thank you. I try my best. You're practically swooning over me now.
Yes, we can tell.
See, all caps with exclamation marks. That is a good sign. Damn, I am good. They love me back. I am more than nervous now. Anyway,
So, Wrath, Tempest, what do you plan on doing for the night? You
What is
have
Twilight doing?
Twilight isn't quite back from the mines.
You're
She was collecting
Wrath
more
is-
diamond-filled rocks. You have about
Wrath is
5 hours
gonna-
until you have to go to bed.
Wrath is gonna just gather up everything he needs to do her tattoo, since he said he would,
Okay.
and wait.
Tempest, how about you? What are you gonna do for your downtime before sleep?
I'm going to go about like 20, 25 yards away, chill by a tree, and start writing some stuff down.
Okay.
Jill by the
Do you want to
tree.
tell me what you're writing? Send me a DM of what you're writing if you don't want to say it out loud.
In simple form, we can go over this more later. In a more simplified form, I'm gonna like start kind of jotting step by step of what we're doing for the journey now that I've more or less solidified the path forward.
Okay.
Kind of keep a record, you know.
A journal.
hmm
Okay. Just setting up for that giant book that was written by Jack Harkness in the future that chronicled your journey.
There we go.
Okay. Pious, you obviously have time as well. If there's anything specific you're thinking on or doing through this time.
Not specifically, no.
Okay. And Captain, it's only going to take you about an hour and a half, I'd say, to get the meal prepped. So you still have some time after the meal as well.
After meal, hibachi time.
Yeah. So what are you going to do after?
Oh, see, I had an idea. What was I gonna do? What's still in my inventory? I had that there. Those are the vials. I was gonna think of something to do with the black pudding alchemist vials that I had. I'm just gonna combine them with something. I had it written down somewhere. Come back to me later.
Come back to you later.
Yeah, come back to me later.
It's Twilight, what are you doing? Oh, you're being quiet and behaving for the night? That's good.
You're actually being good. I'm so surprised.
So, we can basically say whatever tattoo Twilight wants done. You'll have time to get that done during the night. She is going to be limited. I don't think you're going to be like, yeah, I'll do a full body tattoo on you.
Mhm.
So, we'll say you basically spend the night doing that with Twilight. She can say what the tattoo is whenever she gets back.
Okay.
Tempest, you have more than enough time to write and chronicle. You could probably chronicle about half the journey so far in a 5-hour period, at least like the Cliff Notes version, with expectation to come back. Basically, make sure that you got your key points ready so you don't forget anything when you write it proper.
Yep.
Captain, your food, as always, is absolutely fantastic, but I need to know. Are you using meat you've been storing, or are you using that magical kitchen of yours to produce regular meat?
No one likes me special stuff, so I'm gonna keep that for later for me to enjoy on my days off. And I'm gonna give them the regular food.
He jerks it
Wait, we get days off?
Right?
every now and then.
You guys get vacation days?
Yeah.
The hell? Kaners doesn't do that.
Oh, well, yeah. One more reason we should just overthrow them. Sound like assholes.
Yep, nope. That's another point.
Jeff sitting there to the side, just... I wish I had a job. Just full opposite side of what you guys are talking about.
Stare. Anyway.
Sorry, guys.
There we go. So, Twilight, you're behaving for the night, apparently.
I'm what?
You apparently are behaving for the night. What did you want Wrath to tattoo on you?
Oh, really?
Yeah, not necessarily
I want-
anything super big, but you can get... He'll
I
do a
want a
tattoo.
little. I want a little butterfly right on my ass cheek.
Sure.
So she bends over a log, pulls her pants down, Wrath grabs the blue surgical gloves, snaps them when he finishes getting them on. Looks like a totally different scene, and then he goes to add it with the tattoo needle.
They blurred this part out in class.
I described the scene that way for one reason and one reason only. That's what happened when I got a tattoo on my own ass.
Can I?
Don't fuck it
Can I
up.
attempt? Can I attempt to use some tetracite oil and kind of work with the minor illusion spell whenever the skin wherever the tattoo is impacted? It's like the butterfly kind of takes off for a second.
I like that. I won't make you roll for it. You get that enchantment done. It's real basic. Because prestidigitation can do something similar enough, so.
Okay. So yeah, every time that part of your body is hit, it's like the butterfly takes off.
You're going to make a lucky someone very happy in the future, Twilight.
So, does this mean that I'm not getting tattooed? I'm just
You are.
illusion?
You are. It's a tattoo, but it has illusion magic woven in. So it looks like a normal tattoo until your ass is slapped, and then it kind of looks like the butterfly takes off.
Oh, how cute!
Amazing.
Interesting.
Rat tests it to make sure and just slaps your ass.
Ow,
throughout the process, he like flicks it a number of times.
God.
Is this what normal girls are supposed to do? God.
I don't know. You tell me.
Fuck if I know.
I only leave the castle to kill things on missions.
There is not a single normal girl in this group, either because they're not girls or they're not normal.
You know what? Patches.
Patches
What
is
about
not a normal
Patches?
girl. And you say that. You say Patches, you're thinking, you're in the middle of this conversation, and he just appears in front of you. I am not a girl. If you meant to call my sister, on the other hand, she might be able to help, but I doubt she's any more normal than the rest of you.
He's got a point.
He does have a point. That's creepy.
You just can't argue with a guy whose head reflects the sun.
Yeah.
I'm laughing, but Patches is not.
I can visualize it.
Sorry.
Fuck.
Sorry, rebellious streak. You're probably not in the loop on that. It's nothing personal.
It kind of fades out, being like, oh, they're not buying anything. I'm done.
I'm not sorry. That's all I'm saying. You guys heard that. I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry either.
Aye.
Yeah, so you all are able to get in a good night's rest. You lay down around the midnight point, and you wake up around like 8 a.m. or so. You're well rested. It was a fairly moderate night too, because you're near like this cave, and you can tell like the magma veins from the volcano, which is only like 60 miles away. There's still heat from it, kind of radiating this way, and that's probably how these diamond mines formed. But it is morning, and you are ready to go.
We solved the mine problem. We dealt with the lake. Is there anything else you wanted to do here?
So as for what they were given, there was still the castle ruins that had loot in it, and that would be it. Well, no, hold on. You dealt with the farm, the mine, the dragon horde, and the lake. Yeah, you dealt with 4 of the 5 problems. The castle ruins having loot inside was the only one that they told you about.
I think it's the castle. Let's go to the castle.
Okay. Just
So, no votes to move on? We just gonna go for it?
100% this bitch.
Yeah.
Is what she's saying.
Aye.
I'm okay with it.
As you're having this discussion, a familiar voice chimes in. Oh, wouldn't it be like 110% because you fixed that fence? That was extra.
Where the fuck have you been?
I got worried when you didn't come back to the fortress last night. So I came looking for you to make sure you were okay. I was holding down the fort while you were gone.
Fortress.
Yeah, yes, fortress.
Yeah.
Who's Tress?
That was my metal guide one.
Oh. Cool.
Hey, Hermit.
Yes,
You want to have some fun?
I always have fun around all of you. Well, except maybe you, Twilight. You rascal.
Quick question. Do you want to slap my ass really quick?
Okay.
I
Come on.
It's nothing against you, Twilight, but I see you as more of like a daughter, and that seems a little awkward to slap your own daughter's ass. You know?
Think of it as like a spanking, and I need to be punished.
He kind of like looks towards you, Wrath, and Pius. You've joined. It looks like to the two of you, like wanting help figuring out what to do.
Wrath is struggling not to burst out laughing.
Go get him, Tiger.
So he kind of like slowly and cautiously approaches you and like kind of starts pulling his hand back. Well, okay. And then he slaps your ass. And given that he does not know his own strength, with the fact he still doesn't, he has a 30 in every stat and kind of just doesn't realize where he sits on the scale of things. We are going to go take a look at the damage that deals. Oh, he would have a plus 10, plus 3 from his magic items, and the base 1. That makes 14 damage you take.
You're not sitting.
You have a welt on your ass now.
Does it turn the butterfly into 2?
He hits it hard enough that, like, Wrath, you expected it only to go like a few inches, you know? But you see it, like, hit, and it goes almost 3 feet. He's just, oh, that's what you wanted to see. Okay, that was less awkward. Still awkward, though.
But it hurts like a motherfucker.
That slap just silenced everything around us. I don't even hear animals. Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be sitting down for a while.
Yeah, definitely not. That was the smack heard around the world right there.
It hurts so badly.
Well, it's a good thing we have a long walk to the castle then, huh?
That was refreshing.
Now pull your pants up. Let's go.
My pants were already up.
Yeah, and that smack damn near knocked him a mile away. Now let's go.
Is there any pants left?
There's hardly any pants left. Captain's having to cast mending to repair her pants.
Not even I want to see what's behind those vents.
All right, so it is about a 3-hour journey over there. And as you're heading that way, you notice Ulvuk is moving kind of towards he's taking a walk out towards like the northwest side of the canyon. From what you know of the canyon, you don't know of anything up that direction.
Oh, now see that's more interesting. Sneakiness.
He's not exactly sneaking, it's just he's alone.
A lone person going to a place that normally doesn't matter? It can only mean one of two things.
Continue.
He's up to something? Or he's down for something.
Oh.
I just start shaking my head and having my hands over my butt going, no.
I'm pretty sure he already has that down there. If that's what it is.
Should we ask him?
That's your biz. If you
No.
want to ask, I mean, I'm down to just following Snoop or just get the castle over with. I don't
Okay, that's
care.
your idea. Let's just follow him Snoop. Follow him Snoop.
Why don't you fly and follow, see what he's up to?
You know what? I can do you one better.
You can do better than flying?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Code of invisibility. And fly.
Invisibility and flight. Okay.
Don't fly into a hawk.
Real quick, I just apparently LMAO is censored by Twitch's automated stuff.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That's so stupid.
Right.
That's
Twitch is weird, especially since I have literally all of those like automated moderator stuff. I have all of it set to minimum. Like, it's so wild.
That's
Is
crazy.
it something that I said?
It's chat responding to what we're doing. But okay, so you're gonna go follow. How about everyone else? Are you still heading to the castle, letting her go do the thing?
Should we
Fly
wait
back
on
and
the
let us
information?
know.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Should we
wait.
wait on the information? I'm asking the group. What do y'all think?
Would it be viable to continue on? And then if it's something worthwhile, she can come and get us.
You can also use the jewelry of sending.
Hey, we could do that too.
You got the 5 uses
Those
back
things
with the new day.
That is true. God is making a point. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
you're hearing God now? That's great.
I've been around you for too long, or I'm just finally realizing how fucked up I am. God damn it.
Oh, well, that took a turn.
Or the guys are
Alright.
talking to you. You
I'll
must
ask
not
the
really like
voices in
me
my
because I don't
head.
hear a damn thing.
I'll ask the voices in my head if it's all normal.
Are you normal?
Anyway.
So, Twilight, it is going to be a solid 2 hours journey following him. That's going to be 2 of your 3 hours for Cloak of Invisibility, just to get there. You notice he climbs up a little bit. There's a path up the mountain, a small ways, not enough to be able to escape this valley. And he heads into a large cave opening. It's nearly 100 feet wide and like 50 feet tall. It's a natural cave opening, but it is absolutely massive. And you kind of start trying to sneak and follow him, so I want you to give me a stealth check with advantage because you're invisible. Actually, you're still floating. Never mind. You're not even making noise.
So,
As you,
never mind on the roll?
yeah, never mind on the roll. But as you follow him, and he gets back there, you notice there's like an entire pack of dire bears in this cave, and he just kind of starts playing with one of them like it's a giant puppy. He's just like, "Oh, you're so cute, yes you are," and like petting it and stuff, and it like rolls over on its belly, and he starts feeding them these large slabs of meat.
While invisible, can I cast speak with animals?
Yes. As far as what you get back, it's like the stereotypical what you think what a dog would be saying and thinking while being played with is, "Oh, I love you so much. You're so amazing. I love you. I love you."
Huh. Because I know this code of invisibility will wear off soon.
I mean, you've got like another hour worth, roughly.
Your mission was just to check.
Turns out he's got a pack of dire bears as pets.
I find that kind of strange, right?
Not really. Plenty of non-human races live with animals just fine. Not to mention all the druid circles out there. They befriend all types of animals,
Is he a
even
druid?
typically aggressive ones.
Is he a druid?
You don't think he is, but that doesn't change that a lot of non-human races befriend wild animals all the time. More than likely, you figure they probably just cohabitate. Like the dire bears help protect the village if necessary, and the village in turn takes care of the dire bears.
You know what? I'm gonna turn into a dire bear.
You're gonna drop the invisibility and
So
after
what
you
I'm gonna do
change.
is I'm gonna go out of the cave, and I'm kind of going away, and then I'm gonna turn into one.
Okay. And I'm guessing you're gonna head back into the cave then after that.
Mhm.
So kind of as you're approaching, he hears the claws and clatter of your steps, and he turns around. He straightens up. All of this friendliness is completely gone, and he just, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?" Like he recognizes instantly you're not a part of his dire bear pack. And he starts to actually draw a blade from behind his back.
I don't know what to do. I guess run. Like, I guess I could run away.
Yeah, you can run away.
Yeah, I'll just run away.
Let me pull up them stats on that storm giant just to verify its run speed and such. Oh yeah, no, as a dire bear, you're still, he's gonna keep up with you and overtake you rather quickly. Yeah, you notice him already catching up. Like you turn, you bolt, and you can hear him storming after you. Check over your shoulder, and he's just getting closer and closer.
Let's see. What to do? I guess I can turn into a jaguar and just book it.
Okay. So you transform from a bear into a jaguar, and you hear him shout some words in giant. Just with the echoing and everything, you can't quite make them out. And then you find yourself kind of floating 20 feet up off the ground.
Is it from his magic? Probably.
Presumably, yes, and he is still rushing it.
Well, I guess I better just um.
You do recognize the spell. It is levitate.
Okay, so it's levitate. I think I have a way to get out of this spell, don't I?
As long as you have some way to create momentum and movement, yes, you can move. You can't.
My boost of speed.
Those don't create movement. You have to be able to like push off an object or wings that push air currents to move you.
No, I guess I can turn into an owl or a bird.
You have already used both of your wild shapes.
That's true. That's true. I guess just kind of just.
He is within feet of you at this moment. He's about 5 feet away. You're gonna what?
I'm just gonna just kind of what's the word? Like kind of like just stop what I'm doing and just kind of like surrender.
Okay. You're just gonna stay in the jaguar form?
No, it's pointless. He already knows it's me, so
He knows it's not an animal.
right. So it's kind of pointless to stay in there.
Once you transform back, he seems to kind of drop the aggression. He doesn't drop the spell though. What are you doing all the way out here? I didn't tell you we needed help this way.
I was just I saw the bears.
Well, obviously, but that's not what brought you here.
Right. It's not what brought me here.
So, why are you here?
To see what you were doing. I was just kind of curious.
Ah, shit. You could have just asked.
And I was just wondering what you were doing. You just look kind of alone, and usually giants don't really go alone and stuff like that. Usually they kind of in herds. So I was just kind of curious what you were doing.
Ah, I guess you're right about that. I used to come up here all the time. Misfit. I don't know. Since everything went south between me and her, though, I just come up here by myself most days.
Why did it go south?
Stupid shit. I mean, you're a woman. You can think of a million reasons why she probably got upset. But
Hey,
she thought I was cheating on her with one of the cloud giants that was around and refused to believe me.
I want to roll deception. Something doesn't seem right.
Yeah, you mean insight?
Yeah, insight.
Go ahead. Roll that insight.
Oh, I think it's a plus. Oh no, my phone died.
Oh no, your phone died. Why didn't you charge it?
Because I'm in the process of charging it, but it's just not charging. Let's see.
Alright. Let me look for your stats here. Got a +5. I'll roll that for you real quick.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. 1d20 plus 5. Holy shit, I'm rolling so high tonight.
So you're fairly sold on the idea that he just some type of personal issue came between the two of them, but you're having a hard time believing they were dating.
Right.
You know he's being sincere that basically they were close and just some stupid matter came between them where Misfit believed he was lying about something. And you can tell that from what he's saying and how he's behaving though, that he genuinely was being honest, that he never lied to her. You can tell that at least that much is true out of what he said.
Right. So it's more like it wasn't a cheating thing. It was more like
Well,
something else.
you're not sure. It might have been, it might not have been. It's still a little suspicious, but you can't say with certainty that it was cheating or that it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it just was a fallout, so he was being honest.
Yeah, he was being honest about it being a fallout. And you can tell that he misses spending this time with her, too.
So, now that I know that you kind of miss it, why don't you try to get back?
I tried at least a half a dozen times. She just won't talk to me.
You know what? I think our Our group could probably help you with that.
That would be a miracle right there. But, I mean, you've already done so much for us. I don't think I could impose. I don't think I could ask you to do that.
Nah, it's no big deal. We communicate very well, especially our little raft friend.
Your little what?
Our raft.
He kind of lets out a chuckle, shakes his head, and he's like, I'll leave you to whatever you choose to do. I won't tell you not to. I won't tell you to. I can't even guarantee we'd have anything for you in return.
Hey, we're not asking for it.
All right. I'm gonna go back to my friends over there. I'll see you later.
Okay. Wait. Give him one of these, and I pull out a good berry.
Do you want to give them all 10? Since there are like 6 bears at least.
I'll give him 7.
Okay. Much obliged. And yeah, he takes them and he turns around and go back to his bear friends.
Poor guy. Well, I guess I go back to the group.
Yeah, you get to go back. As you're flying back over, you do notice that they've moved on. With that 2 hours, all of you have been able to get to the castle. It only took you 1 hour out of the 2 it took her to get there. So, back over to everyone else, you are now at the entrance of this castle. And you can see there are scraps of the banners that used to be posted on it still there. But more than that, you can see that the large stone double doors have an insignia engraved on them.
I want to roll to
Does anyone
recognize.
recognize them?
All right, what knowledge?
That's right, Pius. What?
The timing of that history bonus was just so perfect. We got overarching plot for the entire set of campaigns, a little bit for this campaign, plus just random lore for this quest.
I'll go ahead and roll history.
All right, give it to me.
26.
26. So you recognize that it's from the Halbrin noble family. They were they only had one family branch, and you kind of through the knowledge of the Highroad, like you remember seeing something about it at one point, and this just kind of brought it back more so. The head of the family was accused of being terribly greedy all the time. It's a gnome family. It was about 3 decades ago, though, the family suddenly abandoned the entire village that was here. No one knows what happened to the Halbrin family, though, after that. They just disappeared overnight.
That's concerning.
My money's on they pissed off some dark entity, and it's in the basement of this place.
You can't help but remember the last horde you took to Misfeth, you said was cursed. Now it looks like you might be dealing with a real curse. Karma, potentially? Or just a quaint little coincidence?
All right, everyone, let's do what we do best and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
All right. Let me send you guys the maps real quick. Oh, I already saw them. They're right above the 2 from the tunnels. The first floor is on the left, the second floor is the one on the right.
All I see
And
is
now
food.
poor Jeff is being covered up. You want the maps channel, not the pitch channel. Sorry,
Oh,
Jeff, you're being covered by the map of the first floor.
Oh no, Jeff.
Fuck you, Jeff, pussy!
Aww. You're still not sure why this floating ball of spaghetti has been following you, but he has been for a while at this point.
I think he just likes... I think he likes it. I think he likes being called a pussy.
He's the Jerry of this group. Alright, so you enter into this main hall, and there's pillars stretching across and everything. This castle is absolutely massive. And there's plenty of support pillars. They do look like they're starting to crumble, but it doesn't look like they're going to fall down anytime soon. You'd have to hit them pretty hard to break them. They're each about 5 feet thick. They're massive. And lining the walls on either side are statues of 8 heroes. You recognize them because they show up in a fairy tale, a very common one told to children. It's spoken about on pirate ships, on merchant vessels. It's kind of known everywhere because these alleged 8 heroes were the savior of some far-flung world in another reality, and it was their hopes and dreams that formed Maluviette, just this big fairy tale that is completely counter to the creation myth of Cosmos. But a lot of people latch on because these heroes went on sailing vessels. They stood in and manned the front line in the middle of a war, and their list of deeds is incredible. To call it a fairy tale wouldn't be doing it justice. It's story upon story upon story. Enough works that it would make the list of works from Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe and all the greats combined look small. Each of these statues stands nearly 20 feet tall as well. And I need to maximize this map on my screen real quick. There's the picture. So I gotta go somewhere else for it. Come on, computer. You're taking a real long time to open up a stupid JPEG.
Stupid JPEG.
Stupid JPEG. I'm gonna peg you. And you're gonna like me.
What? What? Whoa, what the fuck? No.
And so at the end of this room, on the left and the right, you can see the staircases. And those other statues positioned throughout like kind of the center of the room are those of the various deities. The 4 like on the center lower side are, or the 6 going up the center there, are Risha, Skarm, Agnos, Bicken, Matharian, and Spiritonus. And the other 4 are your ideological deities, Bahamut, Tiamat, Tatali, and Ferodi. Good, evil, death, and life. Or life and death, I can't remember what order I said their names in. But this seems to almost be a place of worship here in this initial space. And description done.
Cool.
I move forward to the Risha shrine area. Kind of take a closer look at it.
I won't make you roll for this one. You do notice, especially since like you've seen portraits of Risha through your whole life, the elemental deities in particular. There's a lot of art out there, and you've met Risha at that. You do notice there are some strong differences in this design from like her actual appearance. She seems to be less curvy. She's wearing an actual dress too, versus being essentially nude when you've met her in these portraits. The dress, the way it's carved, doesn't look like it's made out of the same wind that normally covers her, but made out of leaves and various plant materials. And her face, you don't think you've ever seen her portrayed with a smile before, but she has this big smile, like the brightest hope for the future on her face.
I bow and offer a quick, thank you for your guidance to this point. And I'll go take a look at Agnos.
So as you approach Agnos' statue, at first glance, like you could tell it was Agnos, and as you start to look closer, you're like, no, this is someone totally different. And then as you look at it even longer, you come back to that original conclusion, yes, this is Agnos. His face is completely different. Oh, good night, Mito. Instead of having that older face that kind of looks like Danny DeVito's, it seems to be a much younger man, and it almost looks like a young Arnold Schwarzenegger. Instead of having his 4 hands at the end of each of his legs, he's portrayed with hooves at the end of each of them as well. And his shell is normally, as you've seen it, and even in person when you met him, it has like a square pattern for lines throughout it, but on this one, it's designed like interlocking 5-point stars.
I start looking about to the other ones that I've met personally. They all have differences like this.
Yes, all of them seem to have these large differences from what's considered the typical known appearance of these deities, as well as what you've actually seen.
Well, whoever designed this room didn't meet them, obviously.
One other strange detail you do notice about these statues is that they seem to be, instead of carved from stone, the deities seem to have been forged from metal. And you can tell from the gleam that they're made of adamantine.
Sorry, guys.
You're all good.
I relay that to the group. What do y'all think? A clue as to what we're going to find here, maybe?
It's very possible. I don't know why I have this feeling, but it's almost like this place is old. Very, very old.
So,
To trust your gut on that.
Pius, in particular, it's as you look at over all of this, you kind of passively get this history check real quick. And you notice that the statue of Titali, he's normally presented as kind of like a short, stout man, very dwarven in appearance with rags. You notice that this particular version of him is tall, human, and looks almost identical to the hermit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
Sorry, wow. Look at this statue. Does it remind you of someone?
Can't put my finger on it. Who do you think?
The
The hermit.
Looks a hermit.
You notice he's not with you again.
Boy, oh
Yeah.
boy.
Fucking bitch.
I am definitely going to ask him some very personal questions.
Sorry.
And I'll know if he's lying to me. Maybe.
Unless he doesn't know.
Yes, that's possible. That's a good point. He is kind of just a shell now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Are there any signs of anyone being here recently?
No, a very thick layer of dust covers absolutely everything in this room.
Okay.
Maybe we should really study the other statues.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anything else in this room, so that's all I'm kind of looking at.
Me either.
I'll go to... Oh, sorry.
I'll go to.
Oh, and that is an open doorway into that northern room. Like, there's no door there. It's crumbled away with age.
Damn, it's almost like you read my fucking mind. Yeah, I'm gonna go up there.
Okay, let's get a quick head count of what everyone's doing real quick. Twilight, you're still on your way back. Pius is heading up to that northern room. How about you?
Kind of. I'm looking at the statue of Richa and like touching and investigating the parts that I think are different, just to see if they are different than maybe the rest of the piece. I'm not sure. He's kind of caught up in that puzzle.
Okay, Pius, roll a perception check for me. Wrath, go ahead and give me a wisdom save. Tempest, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just walk counterclockwise around the edge of the room,
Okay,
kind of checking everything.
give me an investigation roll.
Ugh, why would you pick my worst one?
Oh, you're just looking, you're not really touching. You can give me perception, actually. Captain, how about you?
What am I doing? I'm just looking around for things.
You're just looking around in general, trying to see if there's anything hidden in anywhere? Then you're going to give me the investigation check.
Yes, I am.
So Pius, as you head into this room and you do an initial scan, you can tell that it's the northern and southern walls are lined with beds. Each one has a large foot chest made out of wood, like completely. Even the normal parts that would be metal for the joints and everything are carved out of wood. But it is like a fully functioning chest. They've got holes worn into them. They are absolutely ancient and falling apart. Some of the beds, the legs have already shattered, and the beds kind of collapsed. The sheets and pillows look like they've been eaten away by time and moths alike. It is a little striking that the beds literally only have a sheet and a pillow, but they are feather beds. On the right side of the room, those are stoves lining the wall, and in the center, it's just 2 rows of tables. You see scraps of playing cards and mugs, and it looks like a large number of people slept in this area, and that was kind of their recreation space, was all these tables. You can tell from the stoves that it was used kind of like the kitchen as well, like the kitchen for the whole castle. This is where they prepared the meals.
Okay.
And that's just your kind of initial take as you head into the room. Wrath, what did you get on that wisdom save?
18.
18. So you kind of start to feel like a pain in your head is starting to grow, and you're able to like close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, recenter yourself in the magical song that courses through your veins, and you get a flash of this battle in the void. You're seeing it from a distance almost, as these 8 white lights down at the feet of the large entity that you've seen in visions time and time again down the Highroad. They seem to be fighting it, and circling this entire battlefield are deities. Plenty of them you don't recognize from any of the lore mythos of Maluviette. Perhaps you recognize a few, though, from D&D lore and Neverwinter. I'll let you tell me if you actually recognize any of those. But amongst them, you do see Bahamut and Tiamat, and you do see Risha dressed in this garb, and they seem to be performing some type of ritual. Before you can see anything really further than that handful of seconds, you've noticed that these deities and these statues, the ones that you know, they look like the ones portrayed in the statues in this vision. And then you flash back to the temple room.
I kind of relay that to anyone nearby. I don't understand. Be careful, don't touch anything, you know?
Oh, so I shouldn't touch all of these chests in here?
Probably not.
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
Just kidding. I haven't touched anything yet.
That's good.
Tempest, with your 20, as you're going around the room, and you're kind of looking over the statues that are on the walls, you can't place your finger on it, but you feel like you've met every one of these people at some point in your life. And you get the feeling that when you met them, it wasn't your past, it's your future.
Any particular ones stand out to me?
One, it is a turtle. You can't make out a lot of the details. Unlike the deity statues, these ones were carved from a very basic stone, and they've degraded a lot, so most of the details have disappeared off of it. But the turtle is wearing some type of robe that covers its body, concealing part of its face even.
Can Presti fix statues?
No, that would be mending. And you're not sure if mending could at this point because of how much wear and tear they've suffered.
I want to touch it, but I heard what Ras said from the other side. I have those kind of ears, I can't deny it.
Captain, what was that investigation?
It was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you're searching around in the room, you feel very, very confident of it, but you don't think there's anything that was really important besides these statues in this room. You do notice at the foot of the deity statues and even the hero statues, you notice that there's worn to almost nothing at this point, but it looks like offerings to them that have wilted and dissipated with age. Not scraps would be too generous as to what they are now.
You know how wilted they are with age and everything like that. Really wouldn't be able to see what they initially were in the first place, right?
Correct.
Gotcha. Doesn't really seem like there's much in here.
Yeah, you can
Doesn't
tell that
like
this place
statues.
definitely has been abandoned for several centuries now. Pius, through all the search, though, you would have time to do one more thing in that room up there.
I'm gonna look under the beds.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll real quick.
I can do that. It's not very good, but I'll do it.
You got this.
Psych.
22. So you're kind of like looking under the beds and checking around, and you're keeping your eyes open even on the things you're not checking. And you do notice that some of these chests seem to have undamaged clothing in them. And throughout your process of searching this room, you find 5 sets of gloves that you are certain are magical because they are undamaged.
Do they? What do they look like?
As you're looking at them, you can't help but notice a similarity to the gloves that Captain wears. His ones that his living gloves of smithing. Each one seems to be a little bit different for what's put on it. One of them seems to almost be designed for use as pot holders, even.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put all 5 of them in my bag of holding.
And it blows up because it turns out one of these was a gloves of holding. No.
No! Time to roll a new character.
Time to roll a new character.
No.
We're not getting to the Astral Sea anytime. No, you're good. Twilight, this is going to be about the time that you actually get there, and like you noticed they were heading this way. You kept going. You knew they went inside. So as you're heading into the door, though, you notice the hermit just kind of sitting next to the door. Like he's down. He's got his feet pressed against the ground, so his knees are up, and he's kind of just got his arms around his knees, looking at the ground.
I ask him, was it the butterfly effect? And I just walk in.
No, well, oh well. Everyone but Pius, you would notice Twilight walking in at this time. And this would be about the time you'd probably be heading back in to that temple area, Pius, but you kind of get there after she's walked in and everyone else has noticed her.
Oh, hey.
Hey, me?
Yeah? You just got here. Right.
Oh, hi.
Anything interesting?
What the fuck is up with the hermit? I know he probably felt kind of bad, but my God, he looks so sad out there.
Okay, let's back up here. Did you find anything when you went searching? But also, the hermit out there?
Yes, the hermit out there. You know, our friend, the hermit. Are you okay?
The real question is he okay? I need to speak with him.
I'm walking outside.
I think it was the butterfly effect, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes, that's great.
So Pius and Tempest are walking outside. Anyone else walking outside?
I'll go.
Captain?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. So you guys all, head back out, and you see the hermit in the same position, just kind of looking at the ground.
Hey.
Wow.
Did you find anything interesting in there?
Sure did.
What was it?
Come see for yourself.
I wish I could.
What?
He stands up and he walks to the door, and you notice he just stops, like he hit a wall.
Whoa, why can't, he can't go in.
We'll see about that.
I'm gonna try and push him.
How long are you willing to spend on trying to push him?
Just a couple good pushes.
Okay. No need to roll. You get a good one in there, and you push him, and he bounces off of it. You don't see any ripples of energy, though.
Sorry, I had to test it.
Well, now you shot him into outside space.
He didn't bounce that far.
Like a goddamn rocket ship now. Now we gotta go find him.
She's been smoking again.
I bet.
Yeah.
Okay, Hermit. There's a statue in there that is very reminiscent of you. Can you elaborate on that?
Me?
No.
So as you say this, and you're looking right at him, his eyes have slowly been taking on this more golden color from the milky white eyes of a blind man. But at that moment, when you say that, his eyes just shoot pure white, past being blind. No iris, no pupil. And he just kind of collapses.
Well, that's not exactly what I had in mind. I was hoping for, words instead, but...
You killed our hermit.
No, I didn't.
You do get a few words, though. You specifically, Bias, in your head, you feel one of the connections, those connections to deities, open up. Loading. You must be careful with him. He is fragile, broken. If too much comes too quickly, he may never recover.
Are you who I think you are? That's a dumb question. I apologize. You are the one that is inside of him, are you not?
In a manner of speaking, I will not play with riddles. I am Cosmos.
That's the one. Thank you. I forgot. Okay. I won't push him any further. I was just curious.
She doesn't give you a response, and you feel the connection close.
Well, that was rude. Well, we won't be getting our answer, unfortunately. He might break. Cosmos spoke to me.
Oh.
She, they?
She.
Cosmos spoke to me. She said he was fragile and too much pushing could completely destroy him.
Yeah. I told you not to push him. What'd you do? You went to push him.
You made him smack your ass.
I wasn't pushing. That wasn't pushing. You literally pushed him.
Well, yes.
Okay.
He's unkillable. What do you want me to do? If I was immortal, I would throw myself into an invisible barrier too.
Somehow we got more questions than answers. Surprising.
Oh, sweet heavenly Lord Cosmos, hello, how are you? Sorry, got distracted there for a second.
Yes, that is Cosmos, as you would all be aware of how she is portrayed.
So we all hear her?
No, the photo I sent in pics, that is a picture of Cosmos. Her dress is made up of what appears to be countless galaxies, and underneath her skin ripples universes unknown.
That sounds hot as fuck.
She is the grand creator of the world. Obviously not me, she's not the creator, from a game standpoint.
4 hands means 4 times the fun. Okay, I'll stop.
Pius, I think you need a moment with yourself.
I don't know why I'm feeling these things. I've never felt this before. What is this? Oh god. Never mind.
I don't even want to know. I'm just gonna go walking in the temple. As I'm kind of dragging the hermit along by his foot.
He just, even with trying to pull him through, he catches on that part he can't get past.
Well, okay. You know what? I'm gonna call Patches before I go in here.
Yes, so what can I do for you today, Twilight?
Hey, can I trade a couple of these diamonds for a magic carpet?
Unfortunately, you are still not strong enough for me to send a magic carpet through. Although, I do think those diamonds might be valuable enough to trade for it later. I'm unsure because they are still embedded in that rock.
Well, if they're so valuable, why don't you want to trade?
I can't. Until you are strong enough to make the connection, I cannot sell you certain things. And the rest of you are aware of this conversation. It's happening right there in front of you.
I was trying to sell. I was trying to trade. Gosh.
Hi, Patches.
Hello, Pius.
Alright, see you later, Patches. I'm walking in.
Oh. Okay.
Patches fades off into nothing.
Well, with that little fiasco dealt with, shall we go back inside, I guess?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Upstairs, then?
Yeah.
Pice, you lead the way. You're the heaviest.
Do we want to check on these chests?
Well, you said not to touch anything.
Why?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Wait, we're
So
not
do we
supposed
touch
to
them or
do
not?
That reminds me. I found these gloves.
Oh, here, let me see them.
Here you go.
Identify.
Are you going to ritually or non-ritually?
Ritually.
Okay. Are you going to do all 5 of them?
Sure.
Okay.
If we have the time to spend.
You definitely do. It's up to... It gives time. Everyone else might be off doing things while you identify them.
Sure.
So, Pius, are you going to head off to the 2nd floor and start searching around?
Yeah.
Okay. Captain?
Yeah.
Tempest?
Yeah, of course.
Twilight?
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of already doing the thing. Let's see, what direction did I go?
So if you went upstairs, make sure you're on the 2nd map. This one's broken down into 2 hallways and 4 rooms. So, Twilight, since you were at the lead, which one of those rooms? Top left, top right, bottom left, or bottom right?
So the one's the kitchen, right? Which one's the kitchen? The brown one?
Downstairs is where that kitchen was. It was also clearly some type of living quarters.
There was some type of what?
Living quarters. The room is full of beds, tables, and stoves.
And then the upper...
And then upstairs, there's the top left, top right, bottom right. Those rooms have not been explored. You do not know what is in them.
I'm going right up to the top right. Or top right.
Oh, shit. What am I saying? That top right isn't accessible.
So can I go there?
Nope, you have to find a way into that room.
I have an idea.
I'm gonna go investigate it. Try to figure it
Investigate the wall?
out. Yeah, investigate like the whole hallway and see if there's like a way in. Is there a window?
You remember from looking at the outside, there was a window to what should be a room there. And that's why you're being given the chance to explore with the intention of finding the room.
Okay. Then yeah, I will try to explore it.
You mean find a way into it?
Yeah, try to find a way into it.
Okay. Where are you searching to find a way in?
The hallways
The hallway? Okay.
and the walls.
The hallways and the walls. Give me an investigation check. Pius, how about you, since you would be next up on this list?
I am going to go to the bottom left room.
The bottom left room? Okay.
Yes.
Captain?
They'll go to the bottom left room too.
Alright, and Tempest.
The top.
Top left? Okay.
Yep.
So Tempest would be able to get into that room for the top left first. As you walk in, you notice that the walls are lined with large but smaller than downstairs statues of the deities. This isn't just the elemental deities and the ideological deities, though. This is like every single deity, including Cosmos. Out of game, worth noting, there is not one for the Forgotten deity. And at the left side of the room is two kind of like the only words coming to mind are papal stands, but that's not what they're called in a normal church. The pulpit, I think. The place where the priest stands and does his sermon.
Yeah, pulpit.
Yes.
Yeah, there are two pulpits there at the left side of the room.
I'm gonna start my usual focusing around the outer rim of the room, the sides.
Okay, so counterclockwise, starting at the north wall, or
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me an investigation. Pius, Captain, as you walk into that lower left, Captain, you probably would get super excited. You walk in and notice absolutely everything in this room is magical, and it is a dedicated smithy. They have everything they need for horseshoes, armor, swords. They pretty much do almost all the smithing in this room for everything the castle could have needed. And all of the equipment is magical because it was made to last.
Hell yeah.
I like this room.
And Pius, you can tell that it's all a smithy too, although you might not recognize its magical nature at first.
Hmm.
And there is scrap scattered all over the room, like people left in a hurry.
Sorry, what is the items that are in a diamond shape again?
Those are tables.
Okay.
They're small workstations, essentially, where they likely put finishing touches on things like jewelry or the horseshoes after they finish the larger bulk, or the outer wall is more like the bulk of the work, the actual forge, larger items, and in the center, those tables were used to put the final touches on smaller items.
Okay. Do these staircases that we came up, do they go up higher?
No.
Okay.
And from the outside, you'd been guessing it was probably 3 or 4 stories. But after having seen the downstairs and it being like a 30-foot tall first floor, it does make sense that it's only 2 floors.
Okay. Snoop around this room a little bit. I want to look for secrets.
Picking things up, digging around in piles, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, looking on shelves and shit.
Captain, how about you in this room?
Aye, checking out shells and shit, and touching each one and fondling them, and just, going over each detail,
All
memorizing.
That will be investigations from both of you. And
Yo,
Twilight, we got yours. Wrath, you've had enough time to get through the first item, and it is living gloves, cooking utensils.
Oh.
That is the set of gloves that looks like it was also made to be pot holders, so that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Twilight, with your 26, you are 10,000% sure there is no way into that room from the hallway.
Even through the window?
I said from the hallway. The window's on the outside wall.
Don't do it
Okay,
again.
I'm gonna go from the hallway. Okay, got it. I'm gonna run out the door and try to go into the room through the window.
Okay. We'll come back to that. Tempest, with your 8, you're circling the room, you're checking. You notice the tattered remains of some stuff up at the pulpits. But the only thing of note that you really find as you're going around this room is each of the pulpits has a Bible on it, undamaged, but you cannot feel any type of magic radiating off of them either, as if the divine will of the deity they belong to as a faith protected them all this time. They are Bibles specifically to... God damn it, I forgot my own deities all of a sudden.
I just want to note, you made me use investigation. That's my worst.
I mean, rolling a 6 hurt you more than it being your investigation.
It's true.
I missed my +8.
They are Bibles to Agnos.
I wish I could remember who that was.
Deity of water.
Why is it always water?
From the little you do know, a lot of farmers will worship either Skarm and or Agnos. Fertile land, good rains.
Yeah, I'll mess around on those things, those whatever you call them, and kind of flip through the books, checking them out. Shocked they're still intact.
You definitely feel like there's something else about this room, but you don't think you're going to be able to find it.
Maybe if I used a perception. I could use my Doge senses.
Yeah, your smell's not going to help you jack shit in here.
Alright, I am... Alright, so I'm probably noticing Twilight zip out, so I'm gonna go to Captain and Pius.
Okay. Pius, Captain. It's up to you how much of all of this you want to take, but you find a stack of iron that's still usable, a bunch of steel that's usable, a bunch of Damascus, a bunch of mithril. Not a lot, but you do find some adamantine. But you also find tetracite, tetracium, and tetra oil. 3 things used for enchantments.
I'm about to shoot a weapon that can kill a god.
Oh, I'm gonna come.
You don't think there's quite enough of the tetracite to be able to form a weapon out of? What?
Hey, whoa!
I'm gonna walk into something bad.
Bias, what do you start cramming? What do you start cramming in your mouth first off that list? There's tetracite, adamantine, mithril, Damascus, steel, and iron.
After the captain said, you can't phrase it like that. All right. I am so taken aback by that. Oh, man.
You notice the chunk of adamantine is strangely phallic in shape. Joking.
Okay. I'll start with the lesser metals first. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
At 136 pounds of iron, you could shit out 13 weapons / armor / items.
Ugh.
There's 136 pounds of iron, 148 pounds of steel, 99 Damascus, 53 mithril, 4 adamantine, and 220 gold pieces worth of tetracite, as far as the metals go. The 220 gold piece is like 2 pounds, maybe only 1. Not a ton. It's a very valuable resource.
Okay. I'll go ahead and bag of holding the tetracite.
Okay. The tetracium is a rock, in contrast to the metal that is tetracite.
Oh.
And the tetra oil, of course, is an oil.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to start with the higher quality metals first. I'm going to start eating the adamantium.
Okay.
Adamantium.
4 pounds of adamantine. Not enough to produce a weapon. Or an item, I should say. An object. Yes, the adamantine is not enough on its own. And if you're working from the adamantine down, you will get through enough mithril. It takes 6 pounds of mithril.
Yep.
Come on, get to the pious poop section again. So I need the D100 first.
Thunder.
And while you are rolling that, Captain Tempest, are either of you going to try to stop him from eating all of the precious metals?
No. If it makes him happy.
Grr. Make sure to add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We want good weapons in there.
Charging him, huh?
You're telling him to, like, take a sip of the tetra oil?
Yep.
Captain,
Yeah, keep it going. All right, down that throat of yours. Yes.
Still need the D100, Pius.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
Right now.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
53.
83.
Tree 50.
Oh no! Still on the wrong pages of stuff. Why am I like this? 53. Okay. That takes us to the armor. And that is going to be a D12 and a D10.
Okay.
Although the D10 might be irrelevant. Just depends on the D12. Just give me a moment. So, 12.
Oh.
Okay. With that 12, we don't need the D10.
Okay.
You shit out a +2 shield.
Oh, sexy.
Damn.
I'm gonna keep that.
What's your shit shield look like?
It's made of shit.
Describe how the shield looks. It is. It's just like kind of a standard shield. It's not a buckler. It's not a tower shield. It's just kind of a general shield.
Okay.
Something like a kite shield in size.
It has. How do I describe this into words? Because I have it in my mind right now. Okay, so it has Pius's face on it with glowing golden eyes where his eye sensors are. And then his armor is trimmed in the portrait to a golden hue. And around the edges of the shield looks like it's kind of melting, like towards you when you hold it. And then there's waves in it, like you would find on like welding.
Welds.
Yes, on welds. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Give me a wisdom save as you look over your new shield. DC 20.
What?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Look at you.
What is my wisdom save? Not too bad.
Stop describing things that are triggering your story.
Well, what the fuck do you want from me? 29, motherfucker.
Oh.
Okay.
Snap.
So this experience does not disorient you. And
good.
in the timescape of everybody else, it is instant. So they don't even notice you falter as this occurs to you. For you, it's not that short. You feel yourself thrown from your body, ripped from reality, and as you're pulling back at near light speed, Maluviette quickly disappears into this void. And out in front of you, you begin to see all of these like digital screens, essentially, just like what you see in a lot of cyber genre, where you like click your finger and now it's just this digital display of light, and they're all around you, and it's you can't take in all of the information. It's too much. It's millions of years worth of knowledge. You can feel this is everything you've ever known. This is the truth behind everything you've ever experienced, ever learned. You see files you recognize, you see ones that you don't. And you can tell your body has that same almost like melted welding texturing to it, and all of your lights are golden.
Is this all just from the shield, or just from everything that has been happening?
This is from the shield. It triggered a memory to who he is. And the more you look over this information, trying to take it in as much as you can and remember, you start to realize that some of this, there's no way you could have known it. This is all of the knowledge of Maluviette that ever has and ever will exist. And your mind is trying to calculate something as it scours all of this information non-stop. And you don't know how much time has passed before you find yourself being ripped out of the void and thrown back into your body. Not a second has passed, though.
He just stands there and stares at the shield.
What's up, Brady one? Probably your best yet.
Hey.
He doesn't respond.
Is everything okay? I'm sure Captain can make it look different if it's bothering you that much.
It's not the shield. It's me.
Process. Oh, what do you mean by that?
I don't know. If I told you, it would be hard to explain.
Can only try.
There are things in the future that are... Excuse me, suddenly I have lungs.
I realized I left off a couple of key words. It is everything that has, everything that will, and everything that could be.
Ah, thank you. There are things in the future that are called screens. They are thin pieces of glass that show you things that sometimes don't exist.
Right.
Are you with me so far?
Flyer's just writing down notes furiously. Yes, keep going.
I was ripped from my body and thrown into this void, and all I could see was screens. And I looked like this.
And he motions to the shield.
I've only ever remembered looking the way I am now. It's very odd. But there was so much information, I couldn't grasp all of it. Past, present, and future, possible future of Maluviette, essentially.
Sounds like dangerous information to have.
Hey.
Something or someone has possibly entrusted me with that.
Pius, you do know that you could use phantasmal force to show someone exactly what you saw of yourself. Or even to give an example of a screen.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use Phantasmal Force then and show them exactly what I saw.
So that won't fit in a 10-foot cube. But having it basically centered on yourself, everyone, you can see this different Pius, and you can see just all these screens kind of floating around him, many of them cutting off at the edges of the illusion. And even though Phantasmal Force should only affect one creature, it affects all of you in this moment.
Yeah.
Incredible. Did you recognize much of it?
Some of it, yes. But some things I do not remember. But they are the truth, I believe.
For one, I have no idea what it means.
It could be part of the prophecy.
Maybe. Seems convenient that we were on the topic.
Aye.
True. That's really the most thing that's on my mind right now, so maybe. But it felt so real.
I believe you.
So, what did you think of screens? Aren't they cool?
I want to make them.
As the tension's kind of starting to settle a little bit, and you ask this question, Wrath, Pius, the two of you, it's like this gut feeling, like you're certain that this thought is true to some sense, but you think the prophecy may not be foretelling the future, but a tool to bring about a specific future. And Wrath, the feeling you get seeing Pius in that form is the same you feel when you look upon any of the deities.
Any what? I'm sorry.
Any of the deities.
He'll kind of keep that to himself for now.
Yeah, don't tell Pius that. It'll go to his head.
I gotta figure out how to tell Pius that. That's gonna be the thing.
Honestly, I don't even know how he would react to that kind of information, if I'm being completely honest.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, we're at 4 hours, so we could give you all a week to think about that.
No!
I want to know if I get into this window. Come on now.
Oh, you do. We'll come back to what you experience when that happens, though.
Hey.
It's not exactly hard to fly through an old window.
The wood holding the glass together is probably just splintered as shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was just going to throw a diamond in there. That's all I was going to get in, just throw a diamond through the window.
All right. So we're wrapping up for the night. Everyone who's been here with us through this, thank you so much for being here. We will be back next week to continue the investigation of this castle and the mysteries of everyone's pasts, presents, and possibilities. And as always, I love you. Bye-bye, Kupo.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Baby.
Hey, baby.